Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It is Friday, and we are ready for the weekend. I got my liquor with me, and I will be dropping the link. So, yeah, man. I know summer doesn't start till June 20th, but if you live here in Florida, you swear it started. So, sit back, relax, and we'll be right back right after this.
New seasons, new gear. Show the world what it means to be a fan in 100% authentic gear. Fanatics. Officially licensed everything.
Get ready to dive into a new world of online shopping with the Fins Tailgate. Whether you're a die-hard sports fan or just looking for the latest fashion trends, we've got you covered. With a wide variety of products from your favorite sports teams to stylish accessories and home decor, we're your one-stop shop for all things tailgate. Our easy-to-use website and hassle-free checkout process makes shopping with us a breeze. Plus, with frequent sales and discounts, you won't want to shop anywhere else. So come on in and join the party at the Fins Tailgate, your new go-to destination for all things tailgate.
What is up, people? How are you? I hope y'all having a good day. Tonk, my man, what's going on? How you doing, man? How are you? Hope y'all are doing all right. Joe Riss, what's up? Fuck Tua trash. Damn. Tell me how you really feel. Vamos Gatos, baby. Hey, man, we were down. Hey, listen. We were down 2-0 to Toronto, so it is what it is. So, yeah, man, let's get this thing started. If y'all want, come on up. Let me hear y'all. What y'all got going on this weekend? By the way, welcome. If you have any kick listeners, what's up? Welcome to the Fins Tailgate. My man Nightmare, what's going on, man? You got your popcorn? So thank you, Michael. I appreciate the compliment. I'm glad you like it. So what's up? My bad. Yeah, no, it was me. What's going on? What's going on? What's up, Michael K? What's going on, Adam Sadowski, Joe Rist, David? My bad. But at any rate, we're talking about the one, the only, Jaylen Ramsey. Got mandatory training camp coming up soon. And it's going to be crazy to see what we get. Look, I don't think we're going to get a third-round pick for Jaylen Ramsey. A second-round pick. Craig Sebring, what's going on? Flavor J, C. Hoffel, appreciate y'all. Let's be honest. I could see a scenario where we're just going to have to cut him because, look, there's a lot of teams that are going, we could sit it out and not give any compensation. Why give up compensation for a player that eventually is going to force himself out of there? I could see him getting cut. I could really do see him getting cut and us not getting anything if we don't play our cards right. And I think that might happen. And then, of course, I don't know. I think he doesn't have to clear waivers. So at this point, he'll sign to whatever team he chooses to go to. Zach Seiler is a different animal. I think we should pay Zach Seiler. Of course, not a crazy amount, but I don't think this regime has really put too much in paying premiums to D tackles as we've seen with Christian Wilkins. They weren't going to pay him. I don't think they're going to give Zach Seiler that the kind of money that Christian Wilkins or these other premium defensive tackles. I think he deserves a little bit more money, but at the end of the day, that's what I think the powers to be really needed to decide on, Also, as far as Hill is concerned, I think he's staying here. I think he needs to rebrand himself. I think if he's right now, his value is at an all-time low right now. You look at the NFL landscape. I don't think it's safe to say that if you name your top 5 wide receivers as of now, 2020-25, that Tyreek Hill won't be on that list. Maybe he'll be on the top 10, maybe. But I doubt that either. His stock is at an all-time low. So regardless, I think he needs to build his stock back up. Maybe get traded at the deadline if we don't do anything. Dolphinier, my man, what's up? There's a lot to discuss. We got the schedule release, and obviously, we're not the schedule release, but we got the schedule out, and I got my tickets. I'm going to Indy, Atlanta, and North Carolina. And, of course, the fan club weekend, which is one of my favorite time of years to go, which is going to be the Chargers game. I'm going to be riding with Crypto. We all know Crypto. It's amazing. But, yeah, man. As a matter of fact, obviously, there's people are saying that Zach Wilson, he had a good day at camp. So he's kind of penciled in as the quarterback number 2 right now. Tua was at OTAs, and yeah, man. Come on, join the link. Hit the link. And of course, the John will hey, what's up? My bad, y'all. Delusional Patriots. Stephon Diggs is in training camp. Let me ask you this, Delusional Patriot fan. What do you think your chance? Do you think that there's still a possibility where they cut Stephon Diggs? And do you want him to be cut? What's up, John?
Yo.
What's going on, man?
So, what you mean topic is Jaylen Ramsey?
Yeah. All right, remember, bring your own grocery bags. This public service announcement is brought to you by TMI Thursdays.
Yeah, you can't mistake shampoo for conditioner if you're bringing your own grocery bags.
Mm-hmm. No, I don't think Diggs has a chance of being cut. Okay.
So Jaylen Ramsey, he signed a 2-year contract. Was that who we were talking about?
No, he was referring
No,
to
that was
the
Jaden
tight end.
Smith.
The tight end. The tight
That
end
was-
signed a 2-year contract.
So what is?
Jonnu Smith, he signed a 2-year
Yeah,
deal.
yeah, right.
And now he wants more money. Yeah. Hey, I remember, man. Master at work, he was mad because instead of drafting DK Metcalf, you guys drafted Sony Michel. That pissed him off.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is gonna tear it up.
Aaron Rodgers, what?
With DK Metcalf.
Yeah. And I mean, he's been a receiver for a while, so let's see if he improved his route tree. And I think that was his problem. He was fast. He had size and speed, but his route running was to be desired. Miss Relentless, member in the house. What's going on, Miss Relentless? Oh, man. What do y'all think is going to happen this year? By the way, what you guys? I see you guys were talking about the USFL. What was going on there?
Who put? Oh, that was Color that posted the article because, so St. Louis they were the only other city I think besides Seattle that got a team multiple times in the UFL/XFL, all the different leagues we've had.
Mm-hmm.
So, but every season they've had just like because they lost their NFL team, so they make it up heavy with the UFL team and going to the games, and so it's bringing more light to that league. Hopefully, if it expands, we'll get another team out here in Seattle. But it's pretty cool. It's yeah, they were in the playoffs, I think, 1 or 2 seasons ago. They might have even been last season too. I think 2. I forgot though.
What's going on,
Joe?
Hey, by the way, Craig Sebring, I agree with you. Rodgers will be lucky to get 3,000 yards. What Steelers needed to do was get an Alabama quarterback like we did. What's up, Joe Rist?
Hey, what's going on?
Yo, hold on, Shake. So you were a Tua fan. You admitted you were a Tua fan when the Dolphins signed him. So I don't want to hear nothing about you cracking on Alabama quarterbacks.
What are you talking about?
It was the other day we were talking and Big Nick was calling Cap and I out for cracking on players and stuff like that. And he said that he was a Tua fan from the get-go, and you said so was I.
I am, man. What does that have to do with Alabama quarterbacks?
No, I'm saying that you be like you be teasing. You teasing like you don't actually mean it though.
Okay.
Never mind.
I'm still trying to figure what are you talking about.
So I guess maybe I misunderstood. Were you being sarcastic? You were being sarcastic when you said
That's an inside joke me and him have.
Oh, okay.
That just fucked me up. I was so lost.
Scott Jackson, me too, but hey, we're found now.
What's
What's going on?
guys?
Don't listen to anything Big Nick says. I don't. That's my dog. I love Big Nick.
Yeah, right.
He even tells you. He fans how you want to fan. You know what I'm saying? You fan how you want to fan. That's how you want to fan. So, just like with Pete. You know? It ain't nothing personal with Big Nick.
No.
It ain't nothing personal with Michael K either. So, it is what it is. What's going on, Joe Riss? What's on your mind, man?
I'm glad the week's come to a
it is
close.
if it concerns the quarterback from the Bills.
You know, I had a lot of work this week, but I also had to go to court, which I'm trying to figure out. I don't know if you guys have ever been subpoenaed as a witness, but I on the way back from my last Dolphins game I went to, actually, I witnessed a really bad accident, and I ended up giving a statement about it to the police. And 6 months later, I got a knock at my door from the sheriff with a subpoena for this guy, 2 charges of, I think, driving without a permit and reckless driving.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, and I was thinking, I was like, how do I get out of this? I don't want to go to court, all the way to court for that, to tell them like the same thing I told them that night. Probably not even going to remember it as well. And there's traffic cameras and stuff anyway. And
I don't recall.
Yeah, I went. I didn't know how to really get out of it. Didn't have time because I was doing a bunch of traveling and stuff. So I just went yesterday, and it took it like an hour and a half out of my day. I show up there, and they start, and the person who was in trouble didn't even show up to court.
Well, go figure.
Yeah. So then I went back home. I wasted like 2 hours of my day.
And you had to drive to Fort Lauderdale, I'm assuming, right? Miami?
No, it was Sarasota.
Okay,
it happened in Sarasota as I was driving back.
Okay.
I'm glad to see that that was the only way I found out that they survived, or at least one of them did.
Was it on Interstate 70?
No, it was on 41. Right by the Sarasota airport.
I-75. Yeah. Yeah, because on this side we only have one highway, and that's I-75.
Tamiami
I was
Trail.
thinking like between when you were driving from Miami to Sarasota. Oh
no, it's almost home.
You probably went I-75 south.
I take 75, but I had split off to go do something in Sarasota.
Because I used to take
my way. That's when I saw it.
Going from St. Pete to West Palm, I think 70. Yeah, it's interstate. It's not Interstate 70. It's State Road 70, I think.
Yeah, that's
man. I used to see the craziest driving.
Yeah, it was Fort Myers. It was from Fort Myers to.
I used to see the craziest driving on that road.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the car, the accident I saw, they flipped the car that like off a tree, and it rolled, and the driver was like hanging out the window when I ran up to them, and
I don't know.
Yeah, and I thought for sure the guy was dead, and I was like poking him, or I didn't know if it was a guy or a girl because it was like really long hair and they were slumped over. I was trying to like get their attention, and I couldn't, and then I heard like this loud and long groan, and I was like, oh, I think this guy just died, and then I saw a fire start under the engine, so then everyone was running around starting to try to throw water on it, which I didn't think is what you want to do with that. But finally a cop showed up and grabbed the fire extinguisher, put it out. Probably like a minute later, the thing would have been engulfed.
damn, man.
Yeah, they had 3 people in the car. I didn't even see the third person. That's how like deep in the foot area that he was in the back seat. But all 3 of them got carried out on stretchers. Yeah. The driver, I guess, survived enough to get some charges and then not show to court.
That's crazy. I know a dude who's reckless like that.
Yeah, but my question was like, if you get subpoenaed to be like a witness for something like that, there's got to be there were 2 people that were there as witnesses for other stuff on Zoom. Like, how do you do that? How do you?
You have to go.
Yeah, well, how do you set it up to where you can Zoom call instead of like driving?
I think they only did that during COVID.
No,
well, there are 2 people doing it on.
Depends on the situation. They still
Yeah, I mean, hopefully, I'll never have to go through all that again. But if I do again, I'm definitely trying to like call out. Maybe you got to fake an illness. Doctor's note. Like the old school. Get out of stuff. Because remember those days, trying to like creative ways to get out of school.
Yeah. The thermometer on the lamp.
Yeah. Yeah, forging signatures and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Almost got those. What's going on, man? So yeah, man. I like the comment you made today. Yes, that is true. Diddy's favorite hockey team is the Oilers.
Yeah, but someone needs to make like an AI picture where it's like Diddy in an Oilers outfit. What am I trying to say? Uniform, jersey. Yeah. I think that'd be hilarious.
What's up, Ali? How you doing? You ready for tomorrow?
I'm gonna do that right now.
How's everyone doing?
Doing good. How are you?
Every day is a new day, man. Just working hard, trying to get through the day.
Should get a Ollie DeGordon jersey.
No, we need to see the Ali, the Cubano or the Peruvian, or where was that? Who? What was that picture from the other night?
That picture is pretty funny.
That was me.
Hey, how about this?
He looks like
I know a good.
He looks like Antonio Banderas. It was Ali Banderas.
Ali Tamale, baby.
Ali Tamale.
That's who it was. That was Ali Banderas. How do you say his last? Dude, that's who it was. That's who it was.
That's my desperado.
It's like, have you ever seen the movie I Spy?
Yep.
And that one dude, he plays like the secret agent dude at the beginning, like with the slick back hair. I forgot his name.
Yep. Actually, that reminds me, one of my favorite games growing up as a kid was Spy vs. Spy.
Nope. Wasn't that the Mad TV or something like that?
Yeah, I never knew. I never played the game. I don't know if I ever even saw it.
Yeah, there was a game for like Nintendo or something like that back in the day.
Yeah, I had that game.
Yeah, that was it started on I think it was
Super
Mad TV.
Nintendo?
It had a white spy versus a black spy.
Yeah, it was on Mad TV. It was like a cartoon.
Yeah, it was close. Yeah, there was a cartoon, but there
Mad
was
Magazine.
also a
Yeah,
game.
but there was
Mad
also
Magazine.
Mad Magazine.
Yeah, Mad Magazine. That's where it started. Mad Magazine.
Yeah. Did you ever see they had a cartoon out for a while? It was called Mad. It was on like Comedy Central.
Yo, you guys see that that
Whenever
post
do
that
a
went
Jeopardy show,
viral?
I might do that. Vamos Gatos.
There
You
we
guys
go,
seen
Shake. Now
that,
we got the Diddy Oilers picture.
Yeah. Take
Did you
that. Take
guys
that.
did you guys see that show that or the video that went viral on the Tua throw?
No.
So a
What did
throw
he throw a
against
beer?
no. It was a game from I think last season with the Buffalo Bills where Tua throws a back shoulder throw to Tyreek Hill, and it's a single high safety, and he back shoulders it, and he goes out like the 10-yard line. Anyways, they get 3 points from that throw, but it should have been a free touchdown, but it was underthrown, right? Well, anyway, someone posted about it saying like, oh, yada, all this stuff. All these tuneers hop in, jump in, and this one guy actually tweets out to Kurt Warner for like help, like, hey, tell this guy he's wrong kind of thing. Wasn't this a good throw? And Kurt Warner's like, no, this was terrible technique. His footwork was all off. This is a free touchdown if he just has proper technique and reads the play. And the guy's like, yeah, but he was trying to throw it to a back shoulder. It's not a underthrow. And he's like, if that's true, that's still like a mental error because this should not be a back throw. It should be in front of him for a touchdown. It was just funny them trying to get Kurt Warner involved, and then Kurt Warner was telling him he's wrong. That's right. You guys didn't see that. It was all over Twitter.
He was Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? And he phoned a friend, only to find out that it wasn't his friend.
Yeah,
By the way,
dude.
Michael K, I'm sorry. I will take longest playoff winless streak for 1,000. I'm sorry. That is that category is no longer. The only category we have is teams without a Super Bowl. That's the only category we have. Would anybody like to take teams without a Super Bowl for 5,000?
I'll take that one for 5,000.
Yes, this team is almost near the Canadian border region and lost 4 straight Super Bowls in the 90s.
What is the Canadian bill?
Yes.
Correct. I don't refer to them as Buffalo, by the way. They're Canadian.
The Barfalo Michael K's.
The micro K's, like Joe likes to say. The Detroit Lions. Micro K, that's what he said.
Micro K. He has a good one too. He brought it up. Special K. I
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
a good one too.
I think he even calls himself that.
He
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
He's a good sport, man. He's funny. I like Michael K.
Shout out to my man Lewis in the building. What's up, Lou?
What up,
Hope you're
Lou?
doing well.
Yeah, Lou was funny in that space. He's like, hey, Bryson, who was that commented? Could you give me his name? He was trolling, though. He knew who it was.
Liz.
What up, Liz?
Not much. Just hot as heck out here.
Where you at?
Jeff.
Washington, Eastern Washington.
Oh, yeah.
The
It's hot as
desert.
fuck here.
Oh, ditto. Well, no.
But it's
Western
hotter in
Washington.
Miami, though. I
Huh?
don't know
Yeah.
how you guys stand the humidity.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
I'd be
my
melting.
air conditioning's been struggling today. It was the cool air stopped working for a minute.
Oh, yeah. This is the season, too, right when it starts heating up, when all those freaking AC guys just get a bunch of money.
Well, we'll see. Because I'm gonna be there in August, and I was in Vegas in August, and I'll take that heat over this heat any day of the week.
And I'm getting out
It's
of here
just getting
now.
started.
I'm going to Europe.
Shake, Shake, where you're in the Tampa area or no?
Around that region.
Nice. Yeah. You don't have to out your
What are you, Fort
location.
Myers or Naples? or
in between, somewhere in between Fort Myers and Tampa.
oh,
I'd
okay.
love to move to that area, bro. That's me and
Not
my
too far from
wife's
you.
dream spot.
I could tell you that.
I'd like to work at
Yeah, I think I
Tampa.
know where you're at.
Tampa
The only
International would be
way-
dope.
The only way I would move to Florida is if I won a lot of money from the lottery and I buy my own island off of Florida.
That's the only way
That
you
way I
would go
can
to
swim
Florida?
anytime I want.
It's a great state.
It is a great state. It's very
I've
expensive.
lived in
though,
several
for people
states. This is a good one.
It is a good state.
Damn, my dog Lewis can't stand that we're the new Florida team in hockey. Tampa's old news.
Man.
Yeah, but we
Tampa
got a big
Lightning
game tonight,
fans
man.
are something else. They don't care about hockey during the regular season because they know they're in the playoffs every year.
We got
Like,
a big
nobody
game
cares
tonight.
about
If we
the
lose
Lightning.
tonight, we're fucked. It's hard to come back from a 2-0 deficit. It's like 92% chance if you're gonna win the cup if you have 92 if you win the first two.
Yeah, Oilers deserve one.
It's gonna be a good series. I think it'll go 6-7 games, regardless of what happens tonight. Even if they win, I think it still goes 6 games.
I need my Devils to get back into things. They haven't been relevant in a while.
Yeah.
If they end up getting a baseball team in Orlando, because I'm not loyal to the Marlins by any means, so if they get a team in Orlando, I may choose to be a inaugural fan.
Yeah,
Who knows?
Marlins.
From what I hear, I think they might move. From what I hear, they might move Tampa to Orlando.
I was hearing the White Sox might be the team to move.
Yeah, because dude.
You're saying the Marlins might move?
Yeah, the Rays.
Oh.
Yeah, because their stadium got fucked up.
Some of the worst attendance in baseball is in the Rays and freaking Marlins.
Yeah, bad location.
They got horrible attendance.
Bad location, seasonal fans. People aren't there during the summer.
Yo, Michael K, you know a lot about hockey. Don't troll. Like, do you think the Cats actually have a shot, or are you giving it to the Oilers?
He's giving it to the Oilers, I guess.
All right, and if that's the case, when do you think they're gonna win? How many games? Michael
Well,
K.
he gave it to listen. He gave it to every team that we were playing.
It's probably gonna take him a minute to type. He's an old ass man. He probably types with 2 fingers.
Mm-hmm.
Or one, like his pointer finger.
He said.
I respect
the whole
that.
time.
I think they're more hungry than the Cats. I'm a Cats fan. It's just hungry
First
dog
of all,
runs faster, and it's a lot easier for them to be motivated without with the embarrassment last year. Which they almost came back, man. Game 7, that was nerve wracking.
Can you guys not hear me?
No, we can hear you now. You guys both are
It's
talking
not even
perfectly at the
close.
same time.
Michael David, Mike David, Mick David. Oh
I don't think
my gosh,
Bryson
Mick David is a
talking
beast.
to himself all the time. Bryson, you like talking to yourself?
Bryson, can you hear us? He may not. I don't know.
I don't
Probably
think he
wouldn't.
can hear us. But
Yeah.
Michael K, what I was trying to say about Michael K
You
is
guys
Michael
still
K
there?
even
Oh man, I gotta reset this.
he said that he wanted the Panthers only to win. He's being forced to root for them because he doesn't want the Oilers or Canada to take the cup back. He wants it to stay here.
Yeah. But as long as he was with the U.S., not with Canada.
That is what he did say. So that's what I was trying to say. Bryson, can you hear me now?
By the way, the Blitz pickup is going to be starting in 30-minute-ish, I guess.
Man, isn't Bryson supposed to be like air traffic control? Imagine trying to reach out to air traffic control, it's just radio silence.
Mm-hmm.
My bad. I
He's
had to
working right
reconnect. This shit always bugs for me.
Shake, I'll be right back. I got to go conduct an interview. I'll be right back.
Bryson, is that what you put the pilots through?
My man, Crypto, what's
What I
going
call
on, man?
that, not through StreamYard.
Hey, what's happening? What's up?
Yeah, man.
Yo, what up, Crypto?
You know what? They were trying to. I seen shout out Lou's helping spaces. They were trying to paint you into a corner yesterday, but you had to
Damn,
show them
Crypto,
what
you
time
let
it
them do
was.
that to you?
Yeah, I had to take a couple bodies, so the morgue got pretty full at yesterday,
Yeah,
Couldn't take too many bodies on shake up. The morgue got pretty full.
yeah.
Yeah, but it's empty now. They all in the crematoriums now, so they got more.
Oh, you took
I
care of
made
them,
some more
Crypto?
space. Yeah, I made some space in the morgue again. So
Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah, you got to make space, man.
Oh man.
yeah, yeah.
Do you know who this guy is, Lewis?
Oh shit! Damn, I could sign that message. Orders it for.
Mm-hmm.
You think so too, Crypto? What the fuck? I know this is the Finns tailgate, but we still rep South Florida sports around here.
No,
You got a hockey team?
it's a Blackhawks team. It's a Blackhawks nation.
I got you.
He likes Utah too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
I heard
spread
they
out
try to name
all
it
over
the
the country.
Yetis, but Yeti Cooler told them not to, which is kind
Who,
of
the
stupid.
Blackhawks? What are you talking about?
The Utah, I think they're the Mammoths or something. They try to call them the Utah Yetis, but
The,
Yeti told them they couldn't,
talking about the
which is
college team?
bullshit.
Wait
No,
a minute.
the hockey team, they moved to Utah.
Oh yeah, damn! I didn't know that. I've totally
Yeah,
been out of the loop.
and Yeti told
Who
them
moved to
like,
Utah?
I don't
It's
know.
the
What team
same
was it
owner.
originally?
I don't know where they were actually. I can't
So
remember.
Utah actually has an
Salt Lake City.
NHL team now.
It's the same owner as the Jazz, I think.
I didn't know that. No, I didn't know about that. I didn't know he
Maybe were
bought
they in
the
St. Louis or
Miller family.
something before?
No, the Miller
What were the?
family. No, I didn't know the Miller family
Hey,
purchased the
someone in
hockey
chat,
team.
help us. Where was the Utah Mammoths before they were in Utah?
So the NHL has a team in Utah. I didn't know that. Damn, that's new to me.
Yeah, but the Yeti company told them they couldn't name him Yeti, which is stupid. There's so many teams that have mascots and they have the same name
That's
as the
Yeti.
company, and no one says
Right.
nothing.
Yeah, it's
The Yeti company with the coolers and stuff, and the Yeti
Arizona.
coolers and
I guess they
things.
were in Arizona.
it's the same guy that
thought
has
he-
the soccer team and the basketball team there, Ryan Smith.
Right? Yeah, the Smith family. Yeah, and the
I guess
Millers.
they
The
didn't want a
Millers sold it to
lawsuit.
Smith. Yeah, the Miller
They
family
probably
sold it to the Smith.
Wait, does that mean that they're gonna have the same stadium or same arena as the Jazz?
Yeah,
Have-
they might use the same one. Most likely, the basketball and hockey always shares. But yeah, most likely initially they will until they get their own
Center.
building.
they don't in Florida. Maybe
That's what I'm saying.
Tampa
But
does.
sometimes they do.
Wait,
Yeah,
Tampa does
sometimes they do.
basketball
They
team,
do.
right?
Yeah,
I didn't
they'll
realize
just put
Oakland had an arena. That's pretty cool.
they'll put the NBA court over the ice. Sometimes that's how they do it.
Hey, does this mean you recycle? You recycle, right? Crypto?
Oh, I got you.
Yeah, I
Mike. Okay,
recycle all the trash
You
with Lewis
recycle.
takes. With Lewis trash takes.
It fits 11,000 people for ice hockey there.
But what's the arena? Are they using the same arena that they say?
Yeah, Delta Center. Yeah,
Hey, tell Lewis, hey, we
Well,
couldn't
no,
be in
that's
Indiana,
a
so
different.
tread lightly because
yeah, that's where the Jazz play.
you
No,
might
we're
have to
paying
post
Vivint
a red
Arena.
in Indiana. You know what I'm saying?
That's the old stadium. That's the old name, the Delta Center. They play in Vivid Arena.
Who plays there?
Jazz in Vivid Arena.
Oh, I got you.
No, they play in the Delta Center.
No, Delta Center's old.
How old? When did that switch?
That was like back in the 90s when it was the Delta Center. It's not Vivid.
No, it's the Delta Center again. It went back in 2023. Yeah, the Vivint or whatever it was ended in 23. It's the Delta
Vivid
Center.
Arena.
That's pretty cool. It's a blast of the past for anyone that was watching them in the 90s. Wait,
Yeah, they had
that's
that name for a long
old
time.
ass stadium. It's a pretty ugly stadium, to be honest.
They own the rights. It was the loudest in the NBA for a while because of the way it's configured.
It says it's expected to host ice hockey during the 2034 Winter Olympics. It's a long time.
Yeah, 2034 Winter Olympics. Yeah.
Wait, does that mean that it's going to Salt Lake that year?
Probably the whole. Yeah, that's most likely. Yeah, they're gonna do it. Yeah,
Yep.
they probably won the bid for the whole Winter Olympics that year. Well, it was that way back in 2002.
Nice. So we
Oh,
have a
looking up.
Summer Olympics coming up,
22
and
years.
then less than a decade later, we have a Winter Olympics.
No. They got other ones every 4 years. They got the 2026 and
No, that's
2030.
what I'm saying. Yeah, when is it in LA? Is that 26? Or no,
No, that's summer ones. I think the
28.
summer ones in LA. Yeah.
Yeah.
The summer ones
Yeah,
in
so
28.
28
It's
in
every 2
Summer
years.
Olympics in LA, and 34 Winter Olympics in Salt Lake.
Yeah, because it's every 2 years between summer and winter.
Yeah, but I'm saying we get 2 Olympics hosting in the same within a decade. Are there any
Oh,
more?
you're talking about as far as in North America, as far as in the U.S.
Yeah, in the U.S. Yeah.
Yeah, those are
There's,
the two. Yeah, LA and Salt Lake.
We got the
Well, they did that back in the 90s and 96 Olympics, and then the Salt Lake in 2002.
we got the World Cup as well.
Yeah, it's gonna go Milan for winter. It's going Milan in 26, French Alps in 30, and Salt Lake in 34.
No, that's cool. It's going to the Alps.
Yeah, and then
Italy always gets it every at least twice a decade. It seems like it's always there.
the French Alps.
Yeah, or it's the European city. I think in 2018 it was there too. It was in Europe.
Do they do the Paralympics in the same places?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for the summer games and winter games. Yeah.
Yo, Shake.
Yes, sir.
Vamos asks, who's the best Florida Gator quarterback of all time? I would say Tebow, right? It's not even close.
No, me.
Chris Leak. No, that's what it does.
Who?
No, Leak is the Seminoles. Isn't Leak a Seminole? My bad.
No, Chris Leak was.
No, he won the 06 championship.
Yeah, he was.
Leak.
You think he's better than Tebow?
Whenever I used to think of 12, I used to always think of Chris Leak. I never.
You think so too, Tonk?
Huh?
You think so too, Tonk?
Tebow.
Oh, you say Tebow as well? Okay, I got you.
I don't know. How many did Chris Leak win? How many national championships?
They both won one.
That
Yeah,
didn't.
but Tebow played. Yeah, but Tebow played in the first one.
Yeah, a third down.
He scored a touchdown.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
You want to bet?
How much did he do in that season though to get them there?
He said Leak scored a touchdown.
He called you Shake.
No.
Tonk,
I
chime
said
in,
Tebow.
Shake.
I don't remember
Tebow
that far
scored a
back. Did he
touchdown.
play that season?
Yes.
So he got them to the.
Chris Lee got him there, but Tebow played in the game.
Oh, that was
Yeah,
okay.
but Chris Leak played the 95% of the game.
Wait, you guys went right from Chris
Okay.
Leak to Tebow?
I didn't say that. I said Tebow played in the game.
Yeah, he
I
played.
thought
He
Tebow
probably
was
converted a
40.
touchdown or something like that.
He did get a touchdown.
It was the score was 41-14, bro.
Hey, I'm just speaking facts, dude.
41
That's
and
all.
14. Man, that was a blowout.
He played,
And the
but he had
Gators
nothing to
won,
do with-
right?
What
Yeah.
I'm trying to say is he had nothing to do with that win.
All I'm saying is he played in the game and scored a
It was a blowout.
touchdown.
Wait, did Leach get it? Did he?
Right,
Did
he
Leach, or
definitely
whatever
not a
his name
reason.
is, did
They
he win
going
the
by that many
Heisman ever?
points.
It
Did
was in the
Leach
fourth quarter. His
did
touchdown.
Leach win a Heisman?
But they had already won.
No, Leak.
See, Leak, whatever his name is. Yeah, Tim Tebow's the guy, bro. He won a Heisman too.
Oh no, he ran for one and passed for one. So he kind of sealed the game.
It was 41.
What happened in that game? Did Chris Leak get injured?
No.
No, they were just winning so much.
Oh yeah, that's not a. I wouldn't call that like.
I didn't
Tebow
say that. All I did was say he played in the game and scored a touchdown.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. So he's okay. So they each have one. But, did Leak ever get a Heisman?
No. So the
That sets
original
them
debate
apart.
was who's the best quarterback from the Gators, and Shake said Chris Leak, and then we were saying Tebow.
What happened
Yeah, I
to
think
Leak?
that
Did
the
Leak play in
Heisman
the
sets
NFL?
him apart.
Yeah. Well, who's a better passer? Chris Leak was.
Chris Leak was, yeah.
But Chris
Yeah.
Leak, did he do anything in the NFL?
Shit, what did Tebow won a playoff game. That's pretty much it. Yeah, and then
No. I'm not saying
Right.
Tebow did shit. Tebow didn't
Yeah.
do shit in the NFL.
No, he didn't.
He was
do
not
nothing.
Other
drafted.
than win a playoff game.
Yeah, he did more than the Dolphins will ever do in the next fucking 10, 15 years.
Unfortunately.
That's pretty much
He's
it.
done- he's done more than- he's done more than Tua.
against the Dolphins.
Okay, so Leak went undrafted in the 2000 draft. The Bears signed him right after.
No, not 2000 draft.
And you can
2007.
honestly,
No.
You could-
Yeah. Go ahead.
you could argue that Tim Tebow could, and I'm going to say this, you guys are going to think I'm crazy. Tim Tebow could probably win a playoff game with the 23 Dolphins. Tell me I'm wrong.
Uh,
He
by
would've
the
got
way-
hurt.
That was the
by
team
the way,
that
one
won
thing I
like
liked about Chris
70
Leak, he was
against
a true freshman.
Denver, right?
He was a true
Hey,
freshman.
Tim Tebow wouldn't get hurt, and if he was hurt, he'd play through injury. And if the team tried to tell him, "Oh, we're gonna put you on IR," Tim Tebow would have told him, "You can go fuck yourself." Tua ain't never saying that shit. You heard it here
Play through
first, bro.
injuries.
I like Danny.
Yeah,
Danny
Tim
Warfel
Tebow
was
would.
good. I like Danny Warfel was okay, but
You think he's gonna play through all the injuries, huh?
Tua won't.
Yeah, you're right. Tua definitely not. But with Tim Tebow,
And then
that's
everyone-
the thing.
When they put him on IR and everyone said, "Oh, the guy's healthy, he can play. The guy's healthy." I'm like, well, then why is he on IR? Oh, well, they just forced it on him, bro. You telling me a franchise quarterback can't put his foot down and tell the fucking team to go fuck themselves? Plenty of people do that all the time. Justin Herbert fucking does that shit. He plays with a broken rib like every
Yes,
fucking
play
year.
what's going on, Big Nick?
Let me get this straight.
through.
So Tim Tebow in 23 was going to lead NFL in passing. Was going to lead the NFL in passing. Was going to get Tyreek Hill almost 2,000 yards, 1,800 and some yards.
No.
Jaylen Water 1,300 and some yards. And the
He was gonna win a
Dolphins
different way.
because of his lack of throwing prowess, the Dolphins were still going to lead the NFL in team rushing yards. Is that what you're saying?
No, that's not what he was saying. He's saying if Tebow was on the team, it would have helped him win.
He said if Tebow was on the team, the 23 Dolphins would have won a playoff game.
Yeah, I think that he would have
You
because
mean
he
like
would have
in
fucking
conjunction?
showed up for a
So,
playoff
did he
run.
mean
would've
in
showed up.
conjunction
Tua
with
led
Tua
the league.
or
In 23, Tua played 17 games. He led the NFL in passing yards. Tyreek
And we
Hill
didn't win
almost got
shit.
2,000 yards. Say what?
And we didn't win shit. We didn't do
So
shit.
you
We don't
win,
mean
Zach?
anything.
So what make you think? Hold on,
When-
listen to me. What make you think the man that led the NFL in passing yards had a receiver to damn near get 2,000 yards? Had the number one rushing team in the NFL. Couldn't win a playoff game, but a dude that can't throw at all was going to win one.
Yeah, I
Because
think
the
he
guy
probably
that what he's saying, Big Nick, is he won with his intangibles, and that Denver team that he won with wasn't as good as our team in 2023.
Yeah, that was my point, is that the Miami Dolphins of 23 were way better and more
Better than
talented
that Tebow
than the
team.
team that Tim Tebow
Bro,
won. And Tim
Hey, do
Tebow's
me
a
favor,
natural
do me a
leader.
favor. Hey,
Tim
Shay, do me
Tebow's a
favor, Shay.
natural leader.
Hey,
He'll
Shay,
get in a
Shay, do me a
motherfucker's
favor.
face and tell him to fuck
Go
off.
look at that playoff team. Go league off that playoff team. Look at that playoff game and tell me how many fucking passes Tebow completed
And
that game.
honestly, bro,
Tell me how
you
many
can
passes Tebow completed
I'm
that
not gonna.
game.
I can't because this fucking shit's gonna break again. Every time I exit this app, it fucking
You
breaks,
don't
so I
have to
won't even
do
be
it.
able
You
to
don't have
talk.
to do it. Shay can do
What
Yeah,
year
Shay,
was
go
that?
ahead.
it.
But it's not
I
even
don't think
about
that's his
that, to be
argument.
honest.
Yeah,
It's not
Shay,
even
get on
about
that,
how many
Shay.
touchdowns. See, these two ears, they always get into stats. Stats don't win you games.
Hey, bro,
That's not what wins you
Let me tell you
games.
something
He's
about
talking
me.
about his
Let me tell you
intangibles.
something about me.
You know
I'm
what?
a
You know what
Dolphin
wins you games?
I'm a
Leaders.
Dolphin
Leaders win
I'm a
you fucking
Dolphin
games,
here.
bro.
I'm a dog, and the best quarterback that ever played, for the Florida Gators was Steve Spurrier. The second best quarterback that ever played, as far
No,
as
Big
pure
Nick, I know
quarterback
you're a Dolphineer. I know you gonna
As
be
far
here
as
long
far as
I'm
after
quarterback
Tua's
was,
gone.
listen. As far as quarterback wise, it's gonna be Steve Spurrier. Number 2 is gonna be Danny Warfel. Then it's gonna be Tim Tebow.
I disagree, Nick. I think it's Chris Leak,
Well,
then
yeah.
Danny
Then
Yeah, I'd
Warfield,
say it's Chris
you're
Lee.
right.
Tim
Then Chris
Tebow,
Lee.
then
Then
Steve Spurrier.
right.
Steve Spurrier couldn't he beat the Bulldogs.
No, you know who? You know who it was?
Steve Spurrier.
Right.
Wasn't Steve Spurrier the Heisman
Joe
Trophy winner, the
Hayden.
number 1 pick in the draft or some shit like that?
Yeah, but he don't. I mean, shit.
And Danny Warfel was better than
I don't
all
really
them.
like Wolf.
Better than Leak and Tebow,
But
man.
listen, 23, what I tried to get
I
at
don't
was
know about that.
23 was our
In my
only
opinion,
shot
Chris
at
Leak
winning
is
a damn
number one.
playoff game. That was our only shot.
I don't
We
care
I don't
didn't
know
do
about
shit.
that, Nick.
Tim Tebow won his
Man, look.
playoff game with 10 pass
But
completions.
what's weird is you went from asking about the best quarterback in Gators history to pivoting that shit all the way back to Tua, man. You got some issues, man.
Yeah,
You
we
gotta
do
work
got
that shit
issues,
out.
bro. We got
Yeah, we
major
have
issues,
Tua. What's
bro.
the
You gotta
issue?
work that
We
shit
got a
out,
fucking
man.
injury-prone
What's the
roster
issue?
with the quarterback that
you
can't stay healthy, bro. That's an
Yeah,
issue,
and only
dude.
one team and only one team a year can win the Super Bowl.
I'm not saying we got to win a
So
Super Bowl this year, but we got to freaking do something that gets us closer to
but
that.
you don't have that same energy for Joe Burrow when he's played just
I
as many
love
games
Joe
as
Burrow. Joe
Tua.
Burrow's my favorite fucking
I know
player.
you do. I know you do. Him and Tua played just about the same amount of games.
Hey man, he didn't get to a Super Bowl. I give
Double
Joe
quick.
Burrow props for going to a Super Bowl
I know
after he
you
had
do. I
8
know you
sacks
do.
against the
So
Titans.
what you are a
8
head
sacks
better,
against
right?
the Titans,
You are
bro.
the
8.
Miami Dolphins. The Miami Dolphins is your team. So what you do is you said the Dolphins are gonna suck. You had your bet. You said the Dolphins are gonna suck. So in case the Dolphins suck, you get to say, I told you so. But if the Dolphins win, you get to say, yes, I'm a Dolphin fan. Let's go. You're hedging your bet, homie.
I mean, I'm not hedging my bet. I'm just calling it like it is, bro. This is a shitty
You ain't
roster
been
that's
right yet.
extremely top heavy. This roster in every position except safety and cornerback is extremely top heavy. The O-line is improved, but the depth is worse.
Wait. Are we top heavy at running back?
No, that I will give you that. We're all around solid at running back.
Are we top heavy at defensive line?
Yes, we are. Yes.
So
Yes.
at defensive line, and I'm gonna include the whole front seven. I'm gonna include all of them, right?
Yep.
We got Chubb.
Let me know how many games Chubb and Phillips have played combined last 2
It's
seasons.
always something with you, man.
They're injury prone. You can't tell me we got Chubb and
bro,
JP when they get injured every fucking year.
You can never break the world record with you because you're gonna say it's wind aided, it's track aided.
No. JP, you can't bring up JP and Bradley Chubb without talking about their injury history.
Yeah, but we do have depth there. We have depth at the outside.
Okay, so
we got a lot of depth on the
It's not
defensive
top
line.
heavy.
Yeah, I think we
okay,
have.
so when Zach Sealer
goes
goes down, who's your guy? When Zach Sealer, if he goes
Yeah,
down,
we don't
God
have a
forbid,
backup for Zach.
Kenny Grant.
he's a rookie. You don't even know what you're getting out of that guy.
He'll be next to him.
Oh my goodness, God.
Hey man, listen. All I know is,
He's
hey, check
already
this
gonna
out.
be on the line.
One thing about one of the points is this is a team sport, correct? Everybody's saying this, and I agree because if you look at last year, right? Tua had 2,867. The guy above him had 2,903 passing yards, and he won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and then look at his rushing too, because he's a dual threat
I'm just
quarterback.
saying,
man, you just a hater, man. You just a
Partially
hater.
won that Super Bowl.
No, you can't bring up Jalen Hurts and not talk about his rushing. That's literally half
Yeah,
more than half
because
his game.
you beat him. You take away his
You can't. And you know what?
productivity
No,
on
you're
the
taking
no,
away
no.
his stats. No. You're
can't
taking
bring
away
up-
his
you can't
stats to
bring up
fit your
Jalen Hurts.
narrative. You're
Bro, you
taking
can't-
away
you
his
can't
stats
bring
to
up
fit your
Jalen Hurts.
narrative.
Tell me, hold on. What's my narrative?
No, I'm just saying in general when everyone tries to
what's
stab
my
at.
narrative? What's my narrative?
I'm just saying in general when anyone
What
tries to
is my
stab at
narrative?
Jalen
No,
Hurts.
you say you know if you're gonna say I'm fit my narrative, what's my narrative?
Your narrative or whoever's narrative that's talking about Jalen
I'm
Hurts that's
saying
a
this.
stab at his
I'm saying this is
passing
a team
yards.
sport.
It is a team sport, and Jalen
That's
Hurts has
all
a
I said. And
badass
you're
team.
saying I have a narrative now. Why?
You don't got to get mad, Shake. I wasn't stabbing at you. I'm stabbing at everyone making that assumption.
Are you mad, let me ask you, are you mad?
No, I'm not mad at all.
Okay,
I'm
then.
chilling.
So why am I mad?
You just seem upset. You just seem
Latino?
upset.
God damn.
So
I'm
the problem
Latino
I
too.
have-
What do
the
you
problem-
mean?
Exactly.
The problem I have is you always talking about everybody else. Well, you're not looking at this, you're not looking at that. But when we tell you the same goddamn thing about Tua,
That's
we're
what I said
Tua
to you,
near.
Bryson.
You can't have it both ways, homie.
Well, you can. But anyways, when we talked about Bradley Chubb and JP, all these guys, every year we say, oh, we got so much tools on the D line. And then by the end of the year, we're playing practice squad guys at D end, an outside linebacker.
All right, so what do you want us to do about that? So what do you
I want them to
about
find guys and stop paying guys that are injury prone. That's what I want them to do. Like Zach Sealer.
That's fair. And that's fair.
Because listen, you're right. D end right now today, we have a thick roster at D end. But I don't trust the guys at the top.
We was top heavy. No, the argument was you
The majority of the roster is top heavy. Yes.
The majority of the
let's
roster
talk
is not
about
top
O-line
heavy.
then. No,
The
because the
majority of the
roster's
roster-
top heavy.
Bro, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know your own team.
Yes, I do.
You don't know your own team. The
Yeah,
majority
you're
of
just
the
saying
roster
that
is
because
not
we
top heavy.
disagree. You're just saying that because we disagree.
I might give them credit for a top heavy team.
The majority. Look, would you say the Miami Dolphins right now got the best wide receiver foursome in the AFC?
In the AFC? No.
So you think Cincinnati got a better 3
I
and
would
4
say
than-
I would say the
Listen,
Bengals
goddamn, man.
do.
You
I would
like
say
to
the
talk.
Bengals do.
Shit. Do
You asked a
think
question,
Cincinnati-
bro.
You think Cincinnati got a better 3 and 4 than the Miami Dolphins?
Who's the fourth? Who's our fourth?
Our 3 and 4 are Washington and Westbrook Akine. You think Cincinnati got a better 3 and 4?
Yeah,
100%.
Hold on. Who is Kansas? I mean, who is Cincinnati's 3 and 4?
I think they got Browning, which had a great year last year.
Who is Cincinnati's 3 and 4? You said yes. Who are they 3 and 4?
They got Browning, which is an outstanding number 3 guy. They have in my opinion, a better duo in 1 and 2. I don't know their fourth guy, but it doesn't matter. Their top 3 are better all around than our top 3.
That wasn't the question. That wasn't the question. Now you're moving the goalposts as usual.
No, I don't know their fourth guy, neither does our fourth guy.
If you said the overall unit, I can tell you. They have Andre Iosivas.
Do you think Buffalo got a better front 7 than the Miami Dolphins?
They have a better rotation, 100%.
Oh my God!
And they produce better too. They produce way better than us, bro.
Name specific teams.
I don't know the guys' names.
There's an exception to the rule. Yet again, y'all falling for the okie doke. Yet again, when it comes to the Bills, they have staffed a team that we've always considered underwhelming, and they always win in the division by 3 or 4 games. So stop it with the Bills, please. Until we please.
Yeah, thank you.
What you said don't mean nothing.
Hey, talk to me. Hey, talk to me when we beat the Bills.
Hey, crypto. Take a look at New England Patriots, right? They won 6 Super Bowls, right? They won 6 Super Bowls. Outside of the greatest quarterback of all time, name one room on that team during those 6 championships where you can say this is the best room in the NFL.
Offensive line, almost every time.
I would say the linebackers.
I would absolutely
and
say
D-line. They had D-line all day.
I would say the linebackers.
The offensive line was not the best group in the NFL.
Not offensive line. No. I said linebackers. I said linebackers with Grable there.
In the NFL.
They've had a time with Lalo Momoy and Grable, and they had good D-lines too.
Look, there was a team named Baltimore. There was a team named Washington. There was a team named San Francisco. Had a way better linebacker room than they did. So again, name the
No,
best
that
room
was
in
sounds
the
more
NFL.
that
Hey,
freaking
Name the best room in the
Patriots
NFL.
said.
Huh?
You forgot to realize how the Patriots linebackers were when Mike
No,
Vrabel
but
was
that
there.
wasn't that. But Crypto, that wasn't the argument. That wasn't the argument, right? When you mentioned that we're falling for the okie doke, that this regular team for Buffalo got a free quarterback. He just won the MVP. That shit matters.
Well, I thought you said
Yeah,
that
that's
didn't
what we're
matter
trying to
for the
say. Is
quarterback.
our
If you
quarterback
got,
can't even show up for the playoff games.
I thought that's what you were saying. It didn't matter with the top three quarterbacks.
No. It does matter. It matters.
Oh, then it matters. Then he can offset any of the other rooms.
When Dan Marino was playing, which room we had the best room in besides quarterback?
I would say at best wide receiver. At best,
No, man.
with the best wide receiver room. At best, Clayton and Duper as a tandem was one of the best in the league. Stop it.
Man,
That's it. That's the only room I say.
They always
And
had
we had
Stephon Diggs.
we had Nat Moore, we had Bruce Hardy. We had a lot of people there.
When Clayton Duper were playing, San Francisco had Jerry Rice, John Taylor, had all them people.
Taylor, man, he's a number 3 at best.
Who?
Taylor. I know he won the Super Bowl and caught the game-winning catch.
Man, stop it, man.
Taylor was the number 3. He was Tyler Boyd, man.
Man, stop it, man.
You know I don't like San Francisco. Stop it.
Yeah, I don't like him either. I never forgive him. You don't put a fucking Hall of Fame team up against a regular team. Fuck them. And the owner was in the mob.
Yeah, DeBartolo definitely was a mobster. I'll give you that one. DeBartolo definitely was a mobster. For sure. Hell yeah. I don't know. How much did he sell the team for?
Dolphins. The Miami Dolphins. This iteration of Miami Dolphins.
What did Big Nick say?
I think he cut out. Yeah, his phone cut out.
He said this iteration of Miami Dolphins. I know he's gonna say some bullshit. What did he say?
Outside of the secondary.
You cut out there, Big Nick. You got to say again.
Yeah, the phone cut out.
I would say that this is the most complete team as far as being balanced that he's had.
Big Nick, I'm willing to. So what's your win prediction then? Give me a range.
Real quick, before we get to the win prediction, I got a question for Big Nick, and I just thought of it. All right. Now, if you're building a team, right? Doesn't matter who the quarterback was, right? You had a stacked team, and all you need is 6 wide receivers. Would you take the 6 best receivers that Dan played with, or the 6 best receivers that Tua played with?
The 6 best Tua played with.
6 best Tua played with. I don't know. Nat Moore's in that list.
I'm taking Tyreek and Waddle over Clay, all the Marks brothers.
I'm taking the Marks brothers, OJ McDuffie, Irving Fryer.
Right. Irving Fryer, yeah. Big Nick is leaving a laundry list of Hall of Famers.
Yeah, I forgot about
Irving Fryer's on that list.
You know what, Shake? I wasn't thinking about those guys. You did say the 6 best. I wasn't thinking about those guys. I forgot.
Yeah, I was going to say you didn't got a laundry list.
I forgot about Irvin Fryer, how we revamped his career.
Yeah, I haven't heard that name in a long time.
Yeah.
Irvin Fryer.
I forgot
about
OJ.
Jarvis Landry.
Big Nick, you like to make bets?
Not Jarvis.
Yeah, I forgot about what we did for Andre Rison. You're right about that. I take Dan Marino with 6. You're right.
Big Nick, do you like to make bets or no?
Yeah.
You're not
he went out. Did he go to the Super Bowl with them?
Not with McDuffie, but he did it with Clayton and Duper.
Oh, okay.
He didn't go with McDuffie.
But you know who I'm adding in that top 6, right, Shake? You know who? Well, he ain't played with Marino, but I'm still putting him in that top 6.
I think he also played with Nat Moore too.
He played with Nat Moore. Nat Moore played in the Super Bowl when he was on that team. My top 6 for Miami Dolphins wide receiver, even though he ain't played with Dan Marino, he gonna be in there. He's my second favorite player of all time. No.
Chris
Say
Chambers.
again, baby. Say again.
Again.
Again, okay, no,
I
I
love
can't do
Chris
that.
Chambers, bro. I grew up watching
I
Chris
want to
Chambers.
go
Yeah.
Chambers and Rondé Gaston, honorary.
And Chambers
Ronnie
didn't play
Gaston.
with Marino, did he? Was he
Yeah, he
right
played
out?
No,
Marino.
I don't think he did.
Yeah.
He
played
did?
Marino. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Let me see.
Yo,
gonna
Big
look.
Nick.
Later part of his career.
Big Nick, I got a proposition for you. Do you like to do bets or no? You're not a betting man.
No, I bet on Big Nick.
All right, no worries.
That's
Chris
something you
Chambers
can
is out
control.
for
Yeah, that's the odds. You got better odds that way.
But my score predict. I mean, my schedule, my record prediction is going to fluctuate between 12-5 and 13-4, and I stand on that.
Yeah, that's that. I'm saying 12-5.
You guys are crazy, dude.
If they're not, then
So if you're saying 5, are you picking any surprise losses, or it's going to be all legitimate teams?
I got between 5 and 8 wins over here.
No, I'm saying Big Nick, because the 5 losses means it's really narrow. So I'm saying, do you think is it any surprise losses in that 5, or are they going to be all bona fide playoff teams?
I can't predict that. You know, shit. We can.
All right,
lay
so
in the
you,
air.
hey, Big Nick and
We
Tom,
can
are
lay in
we
there.
beating? Oh,
Tyreek can fumble on the
Oh,
one.
I
you know,
forgot.
Chambers never
Ray-Ban
played
can
with
fumble
Marino.
on the
You,
one.
I think it was you.
The reason why I say that because we always lose to a team that we don't expect to lose to.
Yeah, I mean,
That's why I say that.
A-Chan can fumble on the one. You know what I'm saying? Jalen Water can go through his hands and get a big interception at the end of the game. Anything is possible. I can't predict that.
what's up, Tom?
Well, you gotta say it. You gotta put it out there because that's the way the universe works.
But I will put this out there. If this offensive line gives 2 of the league average, then absolutely watch out.
Tom, what were you saying?
Wasn't that you that I think we
Fuck,
went through the
dude, my shit
schedule.
disconnected again.
I think
You
we
guys
went
hear
through the
me?
schedule like I don't know,
I
maybe a
would
month
never
I'll be right
pick
ago.
back.
5 wins for the Miami
I
Dolphins.
like
ever.
Chris Chambers.
When we tore that shit down in 19, I watched every game. I was in every game. I was disappointed after every loss. I would never pick 5 wins. Never.
Were you disappointed when Greg Camarillo caught that touchdown pass to give us our only win?
Hell no. I didn't want to be the only team with 2 zeros. in the
Tom, my shit cut out.
We
What did
were
you say?
definitely about to. We was about to be the only team in sports history to have 2 zeros on either side of the column.
I was absolutely happy with that shit.
Wasn't that you?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that
Didn't
would
we
be
go over the
terrible.
schedule together? What didn't?
Yeah,
didn't
yeah,
you
I was
call-
up here. Yeah, I was up
Yeah,
here.
but it was like
So-
a month ago or like a month and a half. It was like a month ago or so.
Yeah, I was here.
So I told you
Yeah,
I don't include the Miami Miracle.
what I picked, but I got to 12-5 after we went over the schedule.
Yeah, I
just
forget
remember-
too.
I don't
Are we
include- I
beating
don't include the
Buffalo?
Miami
Hey,
Miracle
then
in
We're
my
only
top
beating
5,
Buffalo
though.
one time.
what about you, Big Nick?
You
Are
heard
we?
me, Crypto?
We're not winning the
Yeah.
division.
Yeah, I heard you. You said the Miami Miracle.
I know you include that in your top 5, but I don't include that in my top 5.
Big Nick, are we beating Buffalo this year?
Well, you don't think Tannehill get credit for that?
If we
What,
play,
the
if
Cameron
we play
Drake touchdown?
Buffalo, if we play Buffalo both times like we played them in that second game last year, hell yeah, we're gonna beat them this year.
But
least
what's your
once.
prediction?
No, he said we win in 5 games.
Until we beat Buffalo, I gotta go 0-2.
Okay, no, I think I respect
So
that.
those are the 5 losses. Well, he gave you 2 of the 5 losses then.
Until we beat
Yeah,
them,
who are the other 3?
I can't pick against them until we beat them.
Who are the other 3 losses?
Cincinnati, that's
I
one
don't
of
know,
them.
you pick them.
I say Washington.
Well, the other 3 losses, one is going to
Yeah,
be
I
a
agree,
surprise
Shake.
loss. If I was to say 12 wins, I'm going to say one of those losses is coming against a bad team.
And what
Yeah, you're
AFC
right.
division are we playing this year? The South?
The North, I think.
One of the 5. If
Yeah,
I was
we play-
picking
we
5
play the
losses,
AFC.
I would
Oh,
say
yeah.
one of the 5.
Ravens,
playing both
Ravens,
South, both
Bengals.
South. We playing the AFC South and NFC South.
In the NFC South,
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah, but I
Playing
thought
both
we
of
played the
them. And
Ravens.
No, I
No,
thought
we
we played
played
the
the North
Ravens.
too.
We played the
play the
North
North
and the
and
We're
South.
not
South.
playing AFC South. We playing the
NFC
AFC North.
South and AFC North.
Yeah,
So we playing
I
the North
think
and South. Yeah.
I think
Yo, we
Bengals,
wait a
Ravens,
minute.
and I'm gonna put Steelers on there too. All those 3, they're beating us. Steelers too. I swear to God.
So you saying the Saints? Well, no, Knicks had 5 losses. So we're gonna have a bad loss somewhere in those 5 losses.
Yeah, but Crypto, I ain't
It's
saying
probably
that.
gonna be
I
the,
know Big Nick's saying that, but I ain't.
it'll
Would
be
you
the
consider
Browns or
Falcons
Saints.
a bad loss?
No, that's not a bad loss. No, they almost made the
What
playoffs.
about
That's
the
not a bad
Panthers?
loss. maybe the Panthers.
So I got a question for you. For the team, you said, we losing to Cincinnati, we losing to Pittsburgh, we losing to Baltimore.
Yeah.
Would it shock you if we beat Cincinnati, we beat Pittsburgh, we beat Baltimore?
It would shock me, yes.
God
No,
damn,
because Cincinnati's a home game. Pittsburgh is not the Pittsburgh it used to be.
With a team,
Two road games.
Team with Tyreek Hill, Jalen Water, Tua, Achan, Bradley Chubb, Jordan, Jalen Phillips, you still think that'll be a shot?
Yeah, because when we play them, half the people you just named aren't going to be there. Half the people you just named aren't going to be there. Bengals, Ravens, and are at the mid to end of the season, and I don't know the other team we talked about.
You got to realize, Nick, that's not Marino, Mark Higgs, and Clayton and Bruce Hardy.
And the Steelers, I don't know when we play them, but they had a lesser team last time we played them, and we almost lost.
It's at Pittsburgh.
Yeah, that's a hard stadium to play.
You forgot about Farrell Edmonds. If that was Farrell Edmonds, I would be hearing
at this point of the season, I said this shit last year. At this point of the season, the only thing that we got to go by is paper, right? That's the only thing we got to go by. And if all we got to go by is paper, you think it'll be a shock that the Miami Dolphins with those names,
I don't think those names going to be there, though. Be a shock. Yeah, I do. Yeah, you got to think about the names on their roster.
You think it's somebody on that roster?
We're not. Listen, on paper, everyone acts like we're this hard team. We're not that hard compared to other organizations. I mean, I can name tons of names on the Steelers alone.
Mark Chase is getting out 200. Yeah, I really don't like that matchup with Chase. So I'm gonna be honest.
So I think since Tua's been in the league, right? I think Tua's 2-3 against Baltimore. I think Tua is. Either 1-0 or 1-1 with Pittsburgh. Yeah. What do you mean we beat him? You know we beat him twice.
Pittsburgh.
We beat him with a 0 blitz and we beat him with the 6 touchdowns.
Oh, you're right with Flores. Yeah, you're right. But we got smoked the last time, and it wasn't even close.
I mean, yeah, but we also put up 6 touchdowns on their ass. So
the
Ravens defense is that bad.
Maybe I'm flawed, but I just don't get it. I don't know.
We ain't beating the Ravens until we get Mark Higgs back.
This is how I think about the Miami Dolphins because I've been burnt too much. They are going to fail every expectation I give them. So until they prove that they can consistently
why you don't think like that why you don't think like that about Cincinnati?
I need Bernie Parmalee.
Better team. Offensively,
I need Bernie Parmalee back.
I think they're a better team offensively. I think they have a quarterback that can carry their team.
But they done been burnt. They done been burnt like way more than the Dolphins. They fans.
That's what Marvin Lewis, especially during the Marvin Lewis era. I will agree with the Marvin Lewis era.
Shit, I remember the paper bag era. I remember the Bungles.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's Boomer Esiason.
I remember them going to the Super Bowl against San Francisco and getting their shit kicked in.
But yeah, I remember Chris Collinsworth wasn't reliable as reliable with that part of his career. They probably should have won that game. Chris Collinsworth cost him that. Uh-oh. What happened? Uh-oh, man. Can anybody hear me?
Yeah.
I love my team. Yeah, how you see all that negativity you have in mind.
Hey, mic check? Can anybody hear me?
Yeah, we got you. What's going on?
I look forward to 17 wins every year.
All right. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I got it. My microphone fizzled out. I thought I was a low battery.
Hey, Crypto, I know you be reasonable. Like you'll give her 11-6 or something like that. That's cool. But when the last time you predicted a loss for the Dolphins against a team?
Well, week 18.
Oh, I've never done that.
We're talking about the last prediction of a loss. Yeah, I think it was week 18, if I remember. The Browns, I gave us the win, but the last game I predicted.
Right, you predicted 6 losses. But game by game.
That was one season.
You've actually said I'm picking the Dolphins to lose this game.
Oh, you talking about each week going into the week? I've had that. I've done that.
week by
I never
week.
changed from the original prediction before the first week.
Oh,
I
I've
think I only
never done
changed
that.
maybe once.
I give you 12-5, right? I tell you 12-5, but each week I'm gonna tell you I'm picking the Dolphins.
Hey,
Oh,
hey,
yeah.
Big
Well,
Nick,
yeah.
Each
Well,
week,
yeah.
each game.
You're
hey,
doing it week by week. Yeah.
hey, Big Nick, hey,
You
Big Nick,
say
you want to hear
12 and
something
5,
funny?
but then say each week be 17-0. Right. I got you.
Hey, check this out, Big Nick. Well, I do a show in me and Crypto. We do a show in Sumner where we do pick'ems, right? And on wax,
Right.
on the air, I have never picked the Dolphins to lose, but on paper I have. You ain't never hear
Yeah,
the
I
Dolphins
can't do it.
losing
Like
on air.
Oh, right.
I can't
Right. Yeah.
do
On
it.
there.
I
Yeah. You
can't
can do
do
it. Right. Right. Shake has done that. Yeah. I may have
it. Yeah,
talked
I
Shake
can't.
off the ledge once, but then he'll change the pick in mid-air or midstream.
It's the same thing. It's the same
Talk
thing as
about
predicting. It's the same thing as predicting 12-5. But Shake is saying it's the same thing predicting 12-5, but yet and still every week I'm picking the Dolphins.
yeah. I just be trying to get people to pick those losses. If I say 16-1, no one. I want everybody to know the one game. That's what I'm saying. I want 16-1. Yeah.
I don't have
I
that.
think
Like I just looked at the schedule. I don't have
I
that one
think the
game. I'm not
last
afraid of any
season I
team on the
did
schedule.
pick every win. I think the last season was the 93 season. I picked us to win every game. And we went to
And
the
you know what?
championship that year.
And that's the one thing I
I
can say about
generally picked us to win every game that year, week by week. I said 17-0. I said we did it
Well,
before, we can do it again.
that was the 53-man roster which had all first rounders on it.
hey, that's
Yeah.
one
That was the last time I picked the perfect season. I was like, Shula's got to do it before he retire. And
But
he
had like
damn it, he almost did it.
I tell you what, that's the one thing I could say about Crypto. If Crypto says we're going 16-1, he's not a homer. He genuinely believes that. If he's ever says that.
Well,
Yeah, but I think the last I did say 17-0 that 92-93 season, and then Stojanovic messed it up for us. No, the Charger game, I was so disappointed. I was mad. I was like,
but we
damn, my
hadn't lost
prediction.
before then though. We weren't undefeated up until then.
No, I'm not. I know that. I'm just saying that those 4 losses, that was close games. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
There was some tight games.
I don't know. Hey, Nick, I don't know if you told this, but I told you this. But we're making wrestling a permanent fixture on the Finn's tailgate.
Yeah, I heard about it. I can't wait. I want to definitely be part of that permanent panel. Because I hope we're gonna be doing bookings and all. All right,
yeah, we're going
it's
live tomorrow at 11 o'clock.
It's 2 people that I want to book so badly because I want to be face only because, and you can get it after the my initial. I just want that pop, right? That initial pop when they come back, and I will book like Austin Theory. I really want to book it for him. I want to book it where Grayson Waller beat his ass and he injures him and he's off for 3 months, and then when he come back as a face, he get that pop. Oh, that's what I want because I know Austin Theory got it. But Triple H don't do that.
So what's the main event?
Right?
So what's the main event?
The main event, I don't care who it is, it's gonna always involve Roman Reigns for me. I don't care who you put against him, because I think he's the best in the business right now.
Yeah, he's the Hulk Hogan of his time. Is that what you're saying?
I just think he's the best character in wrestling right now. He does the best.
Oh, my bad. Undertaker had a nice little run. My bad. Undertaker did have a decent run.
In wrestling. He does the best promos in wrestling. Nobody got a better character than him.
Better than Ric Flair? Would you say he's better than Ric Flair?
No, Ric Flair's the GOAT. Ric Flair's the GOAT.
Oh, okay. I'm just saying. I'm just asking.
No, even cutting promos, Ric Flair's one of the GOATs.
Yeah. I'm going to say, you got to be good to overcome what Flair did.
Now you got to go get like John Cena, The Miz, CM Punk, like people like that. That's who got to go against Ric Flair.
Shout out to my man G in the building.
You know who I thought had real potential was X-Pac. I thought he had good
1, 2, 3 kid. 1, 2, 3 kid.
Yeah, the 1, 2, 3 kid. Yep.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3 kid.
He had potential, but I don't know. He kind of fell off a bit. I'm like, man, this guy got so much potential. He kind of remind me of Ricky. Nah, not Ricky. Superfly mixed with Santana. You know what I
His
mean?
problem was
Hey, I know who Crypto's
he
favorite
couldn't
wrestler
stop
is.
fucking with the plug.
I
Yeah.
know who your favorite wrestler is Karl Malone.
Yeah.
Trash, man.
him and
That
Dennis
shit was
Rodman,
so
boy.
trash.
Man,
That
I
shit
tell
was
you, but
so
that was
trash.
wild. You don't think Dennis Rodman and then that whole stunt they did with Rodman, him and
But Dennis Rodman
with
was a
him.
legitimate wrestler. He legitimately trained. Like he knew how to run the ropes. He knew all that shit. Dennis Rodman was real.
But
Karl
yeah, but
Malone was
then
just
again,
6'9".
What's up, Greg?
He was just
yeah, that's all
6'9".
it was. Yeah, that's all Carl was. Yeah, he just had size. Yep.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, the goat of managing all time is Captain Lou Albano. Look at all the different. Look at all the different champions, especially tag team champions. He managed a lot of them.
I
You
think
think
Bobby
he's
the
better
Brain
than
might
Jimmy
have
Hart?
something to say about
No,
that.
I like
I think
Bobby Heenan. What about Bobby
I
Heenan?
think Bobby
Come on now.
Bobby I would
That's
say
what I'm
Jimmy
saying.
Hart.
No.
I
like Bobby
I go
Heenan.
with my top two. My top two, Paul Heyman. Then I go Bobby the Brain, and then
You
I go
guys are
J.J.
missing. You guys
Then
are
I go
missing the
J.J.
goat. You guys are missing the goat, Gorilla Monsoon. He's the
When
goat.
was he ever a
Well, he wasn't a
manager?
manager. He was a wrestler.
No,
Hey,
one of my
He was a
favorite,
comic book
anyone
hero.
ever hug him?
one of my
Yeah.
favorite lines is when Stone Cold said, "Hey, you out here? You say your name is Gorilla, but you out here hee-hawing like a jackass."
No, he was an announcer too. My bad. He did announcing.
Yeah,
He was a wrestler though.
He
he was a color
wrestler,
commentator.
but he was a color commentator. I was thinking about him in a color commentator, not the wrestler. That's what I was thinking
He had
about.
a great.
He was a
him
play-by-play.
and
He was a
Yeah,
play-by-play.
he was color
He was a
commentator.
play-by-play.
No, he was color. He was color.
Huh?
What's his name was play by
Yeah,
play.
I thought he was a commentator too.
Bobby
Yeah.
the Brain
play by
Heenan was
play.
the color commentator.
Huh?
Yeah, Bobby Heenan was the color. He was the play-by-play.
Yeah, but Gorilla and Bobby Heenan didn't work together. I don't
They
think.
were together.
Well, yeah,
Sometimes they
were
did. They did a couple of WrestleManias, didn't they? Did they do a couple?
No. Wasn't it? He worked with Gorilla. Gorilla worked with Vince McMahon.
Yeah, Gorilla Monsoon did it. Yeah.
No, Gorilla used to be
That's
with
before McMahon took over the league.
He used to do Superstars, WWF Superstars.
Oh,
Yeah,
he probably
Gorilla.
okay.
Gorilla
Superstar,
also
yeah.
worked with Lord Alfred Hayes. Remember him?
Maybe he was
Hey,
play by play.
son.
I don't remember his play by play. I remember his color commentary though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about picturing him as. Not as
It's hard to think. It's hard to think
I
about
know it was
WWF.
Macho Man was a color commentary.
Yeah.
Mr. Perfect
Jesse
was
the
one
Body.
at one time.
Mr. Perfect, yeah. Mr. Perfect was,
Roddy
yeah.
Piper did a little bit too.
Oh, definitely Roddy
Jesse
Piper,
Ventura
yeah, for
was one
sure.
too.
Yep.
But see, that's the thing. We can name all the color commentators, but the problem we run against is that when you think about the announcers, the play-by-play people, really, if you're being honest, you should only think about Vince McMahon and JR. Like, what else you got to think about?
Yeah. Gorilla Monsoon was a play-by-play too.
Yeah.
He was Heenan.
Yeah,
I
believe you.
wasn't too fond of Vince McMahon. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not fond of Vince McMahon.
Hey, Vince was good though.
You know, he had the fake. He always had those fake courtside stunts, man, or ringside stunts.
But what made Vince McMahon so good is that we didn't know he was the owner of the company until that storyline broke. Until Stone Cold exposed him. Like, I didn't know he was the owner. I just thought he worked there.
Like, until up into the early '90s. Talking about the early '90s.
What did you guys think when they had Vince wrestling?
Vince is one of the greatest talents to ever be in wrestling, man.
Yeah, he did good from taking it from WWE to WWF. I mean WWF to WWE. That transition period.
I think the greatest heel. I think the greatest heel of all time is also the greatest face of all time. And that's rare. Like, you got to be real good to do that. And I don't fuck with him. I don't like him. But I got to give him his flowers. Hulk Hogan. Like, there's never going to be a heel better than Hollywood Hogan. There's never going to be a heel better than Hollywood Hogan. I'm sorry. It's not.
Yeah, Hogan did a both.
You legitimately hated, man.
I had a friend there the night
Yeah.
Hogan turned heel, and he
That
said
whole
he never heard so many people boo and saw so much garbage in the ring than when he joined the NWO.
he called himself the real American. He had that moniker for a minute going for him.
Yeah.
Bro, but
Hey,
when
I'm
you
a
go
real
from when you can
American.
go from being Hulk Hogan, when you can go from being Hulk Hogan, eat your vitamins and bullshit
Say your
movies and the
prayers.
biggest
Yeah.
one of the biggest
Say your
stars on the
prayers. Eat your
planet to being
vitamins.
Hollywood Hogan, bro. To being Hollywood
Yeah.
Hogan,
Shout out to
man, that
Bleezy in the
shit,
building.
man.
Yeah. And look at
What's
all
my
the
Yeah.
big names he got to join the NWO. He had a lot of big names.
I'm
Did
forever
you
red
join?
and black. I don't care what y'all say. I'm forever red and black. Y'all can have the black and white. I'm red and black.
From what? From what do you mean?
NWO, I'm Wolfpack, baby.
Oh.
I'm
Oh.
Wolfpack.
Remember,
to me, that was the best version.
you remember who the last leader of the NWO Black and White was?
Yeah, they had bullshit. They had
Ted
Mongo
DiBiase?
McMichael and
No,
Ted
Stevie Ray.
DiBiase, Shake.
They had Stevie Ray as the leader. Stevie Ray took over.
No, I'm just joking. Not Ted
oh yeah,
DiBiase, no.
Family OD.
Eric Bischoff?
No, by
Was it
that
Eric Bischoff?
time they were trying. Yeah, when Stevie Ray took over. By that time they was trying to push the new blood, which they just ain't know how to do it. They tried to put Billy Kidman as the face of the new blood, and that shit wasn't gonna cut it.
But remember,
that's when they was just. That's when Hollywood Hogan. That's when Hogan and Nash and Hall had done got all the money out their ass. So
you know basically who Hogan really is? He's nothing but superstar Billy Graham. That's all he is.
You
yeah,
think?
we know that.
That's basically all Hogan really is when you think about it.
Yeah, we know that.
I'll tell you what.
He's Billy
Speaking
Graham.
of superstar, I was there the one time when I started going over to Ag Hall in Allentown, near where I live at, and I was there the night he tore up the one championship belt, and it was I think it was Bob Backlund held it, and he ripped it up, and Vince went up to him like, "What do you? If I can't have the belt, nobody can."
At first, I didn't like him that much.
Well, Hulk
He's
Hogan
all right.
stole from he didn't only steal from Superstar, but he stole from Jesse the Body too.
Yeah, both of them. Yeah,
He stole
Kinda
both
grab
their
them
gimmicks.
both.
Well, Vince McMahon
Cross.
did. Vince McMahon did because he was Terry Bollea, and then I think he was like
Yeah.
his character.
The only thing I hated is the way Macho Man in real life he treated his wife, Miss Elizabeth. Because even Hogan
Yeah,
said
that was sad.
there were stories of how he was really nasty to her, and then there was even one story where a guy came up to her and said, "Miss Elizabeth, can I have your autograph?" And Macho Man picked the guy up and body slammed him and said, "How do you like that autograph?"
And then she wound up fucking a couple of his homeboys. So there you
Yep.
have it.
Well, Lex Luger.
Right. Luger?
Yeah, she was banging Lex Luger, and then she died of a drug overdose.
Yeah, it was a sad story.
Yes, it was. I was very sad. I always loved her. I always thought she was the prettiest diva of all of them. But then I fell in love with when they had the WCW, you know, the Monday Night War. I fell in love with Stacy Keeler, but that was only because of her long legs.
Damn.
And then the other sad
Yeah,
story. The other sad story was when, remember Chris Benoit, when he murdered his wife, went back and then murdered his son.
I know. Yeah, that's even tragic.
That was really sad.
Damn, I forgot about that.
Oh God, yeah.
That's
I
tragic. When you
cried.
take out the whole family.
Listen, the reason I cried so much because of that was I used to go down to some of the ECW events. I got to know some of them. And one of the nicest ones to me was she was called Woman, and she was always with the Sandman. And she was always so nice to me. Hi, Craig. How you doing? Nice to see you. She'd come up to me, give me hugs, and tell me she's glad to see me. It was one of the nicest people ever to let me come back straight, because they let me come back stage for my 25th birthday. And they let me hang out. And I'll tell you what, she was one of the most friendliest people you ever met. She didn't play it, but boy, she was. She was really nice. And then when I found out she was murdered like that, boy, I cried. It was just such a sad ending to her life. You know.
Well, in Fort Lauderdale, we had a Ballard Scandinavian, and Ballard Scandinavian had the basketball court, the swimming pool, the full setup. They had the trainers, the personal trainers, the people that sign you in, all that shit. And one of the guys that used to work at Ballard Scandinavian told me and my friends, because we had became cool with him, because he got tired of us sneaking into Ballards all the goddamn time. So we became friends with him, and he told us he was getting ready to go work for the WWF as a wrestler. His name was Chris Chavez. Do you know who Chris Chavez wound up being? Tatanka.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah? Tatanka.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
His name is Chris Chavez, right out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
Tatanka. Now, I remember him.
Well, remember they had him as a good
I thought he was
guy,
from Samoa.
and it didn't work out. Then they had him turn heel, and he teamed up with Ted DiBiase. Like, oh, everybody's got a prize. And,
Yep.
yep.
That character, I think it's, I don't know if it's Mortal Kombat or if it's one of those where one of those characters is based off of Chris. Whichever one
really?
got the Indian
Based
guy.
off who?
Chris.
You talking about Thunderhawk? Or Nightwolf?
Whichever one got, yeah. You got the big
No,
swole
you talking
one
about
that was based off of his character.
One of the Mortal Kombat characters?
Mortal Kombat, or it might have been, I don't think it was Street Fighter. It might have been Mortal Kombat. When, like, the next generation, when they brought in all those other characters and they added him.
Oh, you talking about T-Hawk, Thunderhawk is the guy from Mexico.
Speaking of which,
The big guy.
Speaking of
He's
which,
real big.
it's three games on this panel that nobody don't want no trouble with when it come to me. Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, or Asteroids. Y'all don't want them kind of problems.
No.
No, you don't.
I'm just trying to be a master of all those games except
what is it
Asteroid.
called? Which one was the one
Yeah,
that was on
which
PS2?
character
I'm a
is your
master
favorite
at all of
character too? I want to know that.
No, Mortal
I've won
Kombat.
tournaments.
Don't have. I always like the characters that
The
don't
one
have special
after
powers. Oh,
Shaylon
and
Monk.
I gotta mention Tekken too. I don't like the characters that can shoot like fireballs and all that shit. I ain't never liked them.
Yeah.
So my Street Fighter character, is E Honda. You fuck around and let me back you in the corner. You're not coming out of it. My Mortal Kombat character is Jax.
Armageddon.
My Mortal Kombat character is Jax, and my Tekken character is Huang.
My characters are Liu Kang and Chameleon.
So
Okay.
can you make characters?
I'll give you.
My character for Mortal Kombat
Go
is
ahead.
Kung Lao.
Cyrax.
You used to can make characters. You used to can make characters, and then you can just take somebody's fighting style, or you can just go across the board and add different types of software. I don't know if they do that anymore.
My character for Mortal Kombat is Kung Lao. And then for Tekken, I can never remember the dude's name, but it's the guy that has the capoeira fighting style, like the dancing fighting style. You know what I'm talking about? With the dreads.
Oh, yeah, Tiger.
Yeah.
Not
Is that his
Tiger.
name?
No, not Tiger. The one that the Brazilian martial arts.
Yeah, it's called capoeira.
Yeah.
That's my favorite character from that game. And then for Street Fighter. Oh man, I'm kind of torn. I want to say it was either Street Fighter 2 or Street Fighter 3. They had a character that actually had like a Bruce Lee type of
you talking about Fei Long?
Yeah, Street Fighter.
That's Fei Long.
Fei Long, yeah, I like Fei Long.
Fei Long gets him. Yeah, that's Fei Long.
Yeah, I like Fei Long.
Right.
And then one last one. I don't know if you guys ever played the game Soul Fighter. You guys ever play that game?
Yeah.
That's Soul Fighter.
Soul Blade.
Yeah. That game was good too. I don't have a favorite character on that game, but I like that game actually a lot. Mm-hmm.
I'll give you mine. Actually, one of mine is on my avatar right now, Shang Tsung. for Mortal Kombat, and my ultimate one is Smoke. If I'm not using Smoke, I'm using Shang Tsung or Rain. But those are the ones. Those are my top three on that one. My Street Fighter ones I won tournaments with was Dawson and Guile. Those are my main ones. Those are my go-to
I'm beating
characters.
it.
If I definitely want,
I don't
if
know
I
your
want to
skill
win,
level.
I'm definitely getting Dawson if I'm trying to bank a win.
I don't know your skill level. I don't know your skill level, but boy, I'm tearing Dawson ass up with E Honda.
You ain't getting close.
I'm beating his ass down.
I am better than any computer version of Dawson would ever be.
Yeah,
I'm
see,
telling you right
that's how
now.
I feel about Kung Lao, bro. I used to
I'm
take him
putting you in
like
teleport
Crypto.
traps. I'm
When
putting
that
you in
1,000
fireball
hand slap your
traps.
ass, when that 1,000 hand slap your ass, I'm talking to you the entire time. Slap shit out, slap
Yo,
shit.
I started playing Mortal
Yeah,
Kombat on
I'm
Sega
getting out of
Genesis.
all of that.
That was when they
Sega
first
Genesis.
introduced on Sega Genesis. That was when they first introduced the controller that had 6 buttons on the right.
6 buttons. Yeah, I remember the Sega Genesis 6-button controller. Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah, it
Crypto,
was
you
Yeah,
can't
lit,
block
they
the
dude.
did
1,000
that.
hand. You can't block the 1,000 hand slap. That still drain energy.
You
If I
can.
slap your ass,
I
it's gonna
never
still
played
take
Street
energy.
It
Fighter,
is, but you can recover from it though.
but I make
You
up
it's gonna
what I
drain
make up.
energy. All of them can drain energy from you eventually. It just is how much energy.
What I make
Like
up
I
Chun-Li
know,
for not
legs,
being Street
but
Fighter, I'll stomp at Smash Brothers.
the
Smash
1,000
Brothers.
hand slap, and Blanca, they drain more power by if you block them. They drain more power. Like
Well,
Blanca, I hate
Chun-Li's
Blanca.
legs, lightning
I
legs too.
fucking hate Blanca.
Yeah, Blanca is
I hate
aggravating
Blanca.
to fight against. But we're using them
Huh?
too. I've actually won tournaments with Blanca too. But fighting against
I
him, it
hate
is
him.
kind of pesky. Because
I
he
hate him.
immediately starts shocking you as he's coming down with an air attack. I'm like, it's coming.
And
And one
and
game
his
it's
legs too
unblockable.
long. His legs too
Yeah,
long. You
he's
can't
sweeping you with
anticipate
his
his moves.
legs. Right.
You can't anticipate his moves. Like I hate him.
Yeah, and
I
that
hate him.
headbutt, that little roll headbutt, the vertical rolls he be doing. Yeah, he's a real unorthodox character to fight against. I will admit
Yeah,
that.
I hate him,
He's
man. I hate.
he's
Hey, I'm
very
tell you
good
another one
targeting them.
on Tekken. If you guys play Tekken, I would tell you another one who got an unorthodox fighting style that's hard to beat. That's Bob, the big white guy Bob that wear the overalls.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I know who you're talking about.
Bob.
I
Yeah.
hate fucking Bob, man. Bob is so like the shit that he does on that game, like somebody his size shouldn't be able to do, so it's hard to anticipate that shit.
Well, it kind of remind me the one guy unorthodox. He's a later Street Fighter edition of I think Street Fighter 4 plus. His name Oro. He has one arm. He has a crazy freaking style. It kind of reminds me of Dawson in a way, but he's got a wicked fucking fighting style. It's crazy.
Yeah,
He's like
all the
this
fighting.
position since they brought it different.
The Fu Manchu, I don't know his name, but the little Fu Manchu character, he the weakest one on there. But he'll beat your ass, but he the weakest one on there though. The little short boy with the long white mustache.
Oh yeah, Fu Man, yeah. He's the older character, yeah.
Yeah,
he's got like a chin martial art, yeah.
Yeah.
But whenever if you pick Chung Li, that's an insult to me. I might perfect your ass just for picking her.
Oh no, she's got too many aerial attacks. No, Big Nick. She can get away from you with them aerial attacks.
Crypto,
I like
attack.
Crypto, this is my move against her. You gonna jump, you gonna miss. I'm gonna headbutt your ass with E Honda, and then when you try to block the headbutt, I'm gonna chop your ass to death with them 1,000.
See, I always went after
the head stomp, kick, and backward swoop. She got that cross-up move. You know she got the cross-up move when she can flip over you with a neck breaker, and you can't make it hard to block because she's coming from the other side.
But isn't that the character we more experienced against because everybody like in the beginning used to pick her all the time? That's like the character I feel like is almost the most used.
Yeah, them and Ken and Ryu. Yeah, Ken and Ryu is used a lot too. I don't know why, but they're basically the same character.
What was the game, man? What was the game where your character used to turn into a dinosaur? What was the name of whatever? What was the name of that game? Killer Instinct.
No, that was the Mortal Kombat. That was Animalities. You talking about for Mortal Kombat? You talking about that?
No, it was another game though. It was another game. Like when they first. So Mortal Kombat wasn't the first game that introduced blood. It was a game right before that with the bullshit kind of graphics.
Killer Instinct. That game?
I think it
Killer
was
Instinct.
Killer Instinct.
Yeah, Killer
Yeah,
Instinct. Yeah, it was Killer Instinct. Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
They was the first
Yeah,
one
that
that
was
introduced blood.
Bloodsport.
Yeah, they
That
was the
game
first
was
one.
And then
okay.
the Mortal Kombat, the cheesy version where you had the uppercuts knocking people's heads off and the freaking freezing, taking the spine out with Sub-Zero. And then everybody's using the Sub-Zero freezing.
How many
Yeah.
different characters now do they have on Mortal Kombat? I mean, I
like
don't
60
play it,
something
but
now.
There's like over
unlimited almost
60, I
now.
want to say.
Yeah, it's
Let me
over
see.
64. Yeah, it's a lot
Let me
now.
ask
Yeah.
y'all a question. Is there anybody on the panel who has played Castlevania who can't beat it with one man?
Ooh, that's a good question. That's a great game, by the way.
But if you say
I
it's a
don't
great
know.
game, that means you done played it a lot. That means you're supposed to be able to beat it on the first man.
And y'all ever play Resident Evil?
No, you never do that. Who beats it on the first man?
What? Castlevania? See, it's one of the games, Crypto, that once you learn it, once you know everything about it, you're gonna beat it.
Yeah.
It's just like my cousin. My cousin gets
Yeah.
a million points on Mario Brothers with the first man, with one man. Like she knows everything about Mario, but like she never gets out.
Yeah, just so you know, Crypto, there are 77 characters in Mortal Kombat.
Oh, yeah, it's 77 now? Okay, I know it's like 64 is the last edition. So they added more. Goddamn.
Is that more than Street Fighter?
Oh, I don't know. Let me
It's
check.
close. Street Fighter's close to. Street Fighter's in 50 plus too. I want to say.
I want to say too.
It's a lot because you got the first version.
Actually, check this out. Street Fighter, holy crap. 121 playable characters.
Yeah, there you go. I said 50 plus.
Street Fighter.
It's definitely 50 plus, but way more than 50 plus. 100 plus.
Check Tekken out.
Goddamn. I didn't know it was over 100.
What did you say? What did you say?
Tekken.
Tekken? Let me check Tekken. That's a good one.
I love that game, but I only play with one character with Tekken. That's Wang, because his feet are just like hands, man. Like
y'all remember World Heroes, right?
Tekken has, according to records, it says Tekken has over 70 characters.
70.
Did you guys ever?
Yeah, they got like a different editions. Yeah.
Hey, did you guys ever play this game? And it was made
World
famous
Heroes,
because the girls had certain figures that when you look at the cover of it, you'll understand. You guys ever played the game Dead or Alive?
I know the group Dead or Alive.
I've never been good at first-person shooter.
When you say Dead or Alive, I'm thinking about that damn musical group from the 80s.
Yeah, well, DOA is a fighting game, and it was made famous because the female characters looked very voluptuous, if you want to say that. That's what made it famous. But yeah, that's another fighting game that was kind of cool back in the day. They actually tried to make a movie out of it too.
Yeah. I mean, you threw me back. You threw me back in the past when you said that name. Dead or Alive.
Antiquated. Hey, listen, this game right here is antiquated and outdated. Nobody would go to the store and purchase it. But if they ever came across it and it was set up, we will all sit down and play it. You sank my battleship. Name a game better than that.
Yeah, Battleship was definitely one of my favorites. Yeah. That actually almost inspired me to go to the Navy.
Do they have that like it's a video game?
You can't cheat.
I'll say Operation. No, you can't cheat.
Actually, video game.
Speaking of the Navy, Crypto, have you ever played? Crypto, have you ever played the video game World of Battleships?
Yeah. World of Battleship, yeah. It's like
I like that game a lot. I can play that game for hours, bro. I can play that game for hours.
What about Gallagher? If you can't spend at least 30 minutes on Gallagher, on one.
Oh, Gallagher's awesome. I love that game. That's a good game too.
Yeah.
Do you guys know how to make it stop shooting? Daddy, it's late. On the I think it's the second board. On the second board, you go to the corner where they can't hit you, and after a while, they'll keep flying and shooting, and then they'll stop shooting. Once they stop shooting, they don't shoot no more the whole game.
The whole game? That's it. I ain't know about that cheat code. I ain't know about that one. Yeah, well, hell, y'all remember this is the old game, Space Invaders. Atari 2700 or 2600.
Pressing the button together, you'll get a team.
Yeah. Space Invaders.
I still
That was the
don't
first
know how
video
I get to
system.
you, but I know how to get it.
That was the first
I
video
used to hate
system
that
I ever had
joystick.
with Atari.
Atari 2600. I hated the freaking damn joystick. It was so stiff. You couldn't play Pac-Man. I mean, I used to try to use it. I'm like, why is the joystick can't move?
Yeah.
I used to get them ghosts used to tear my ass up.
Oh,
I'm like, I can't use the freaking joystick. No, 2600 on Atari.
Oh.
Then I got the 5200. Then there was a better controller. Controller was better with the 5200. That 2600 was hard.
And then when Nintendo came out, I got the Tecmo Bowl, and I used to play that all the time.
Tecmo Bowl, yeah.
And the
That's
team
still
I
the best
played
game.
with,
That's still the best football game.
I play with the Houston Oilers all the time.
No, Crypto.
Yeah,
Madden
that's the
2000 is the greatest football game ever.
No, Tecmo Bowl, Super Tecmo Bowl,
Madden
hands
2000,
down.
Crypto. That
Remember?
Madden 2000 is legit.
Crypto, remember?
I
And
don't
then
know.
when you
Dolphins
guys
were
got
unstoppable.
hurt, remember
Yeah.
when the guys got hurt in Tecmo Bowl, and then they carry them off, and then after a couple games,
Avalanche.
they'd like be running out of the hospital, and the people in the
Yeah.
hospital, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I like that game. That was a fun game.
I love it.
Yep. And then I got into another.
Bo Jackson was unstoppable in that game too.
Oh God, yeah.
Madden 2000 not only was the best version of Madden, but it also had the best soundtrack. That's when we was into that type of shit, like the soundtrack of a video game. Like, yeah, I love Madden 2000.
Yeah, 2000 is good. I mean, I guess that was the bridge between the two generations. Football game. That's why. Yeah, that's like the bridge game. Yeah. But Bo Jackson was unstoppable, man. He's the freaking cheat code in that freaking game.
Oh God,
I'm like, God, how do you stop freaking him? Bo Jackson, Marcus Allen. But I have my own unstoppable play with Newton Clay. Yeah, Payton was unstoppable.
Yeah,
that's sweet.
Larry Zonka, Bo Jackson, Walter Payton,
Yeah.
who else? Barry Sanders. Like on Tecmo Bowl, they was unstoppable.
Yep. Well, that down and A, that I used to do down and A, I remember to this day. And that was the play, that was the 3-yard quick slant for Clayton. It was guaranteed catch every time, even on the all-out blitz. I was like, damn. I used to do that all the way down the field, man. People used to get so bad. I'm like, wait a minute, you got to stop it.
I used to do that play action. And seeing super deep, and it's over.
Yeah.
As much as I love Marino on that game, on the Tecmo Bowl, I loved having Warren Moon throwing to those three guys that they had, like Hayward, Jeffries, and them. And I just had ridiculous stats.
Jeffries.
Hey, you guys remember when Madden almost ruined the game when they tried to put that accuracy window in, that shit? You remember that?
Oh, you had to catch with the receivers. You had to switch.
If you had Dan Marino, the whole field was lit up. But if you had Tim Tebow, they gave you like a piercing light. And you had to hit the target within that light zone.
To like with the phone, yeah. They had one when you had to switch. They started switching it to where when you throw it, you had to switch to your receiver in order to catch the ball.
Yeah. I had got good at that too. Yeah. I got good at that.
Yeah,
and then they had the truck stick. When they introduced the truck stick, oh my goodness! I think they took the truck stick away though.
On which version? On the 2000?
Remember the truck stick used to vibrate like if it was a truck, it'd vibrate the controller.
Okay, I got you. Yeah.
Crypto, do you remember the music? So getting back to Tecmo Bowl, remember the music? That dun 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 dun. Yeah.
Some of those games. I'll tell you what. As far as
the greatest arcade football game is always going to be 1st and 10.
Oh no!
Who's that by?
I don't know, bro.
Like a 4-man team.
NFL Blitz was pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, Blitz.
Oh yeah.
Blitz. Blitz gonna always be the greatest arcade football game.
Was
we're talking about
NFL
Fox
Blitz?
Arcade. Okay.
Was that NFL Blitz? Was that like you only had like 5-6 guys on the field, or
Like
am I
4
thinking of
guys, yeah,
another game?
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
NFL
It
Street.
was like 7-on-7, and they were like wrestlers body slamming each other. And
Oh yeah,
it
yeah.
was
I
just really
love
fun.
that. Yes, yes.
Then
It
you
was
catch on
like
fire.
NFL meets NBA Jam, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that was fun when I played defense and I'd body slam a wide receiver. my buddy would be like, "You can't do that on this game. You can." Yeah.
That's one thing they really need to bring back, though. They need to figure out how to bring back arcades, man.
They had a hockey.
You can do it all in one game. Console.
I don't know.
All
I don't know where you
arcades,
live.
You can put it on one cube, Big Nick.
I don't want.
I don't know where you live, Big Nick, but
arcade with arcade machines.
Big
my
Nick,
sister got
I don't
one
know
in her
where you
house in her
live.
basement. She got one.
Hold
She
on,
got a miniature one.
Hold on, Kurto. Hold on, Big Nick. I don't know where you live, but in where I live here in Port St. Lucie, we got 2 different places that you can play actual games in with the arcade, the classic arcade machines and everything. It's really freaking awesome.
Yeah, you can buy them still.
For us,
They have everything.
Like people go to Dave and Buster. Dave and Buster.
No, that place isn't an arcade, bro. That's a money pit.
Yeah,
Fuck
you wouldn't
that
find
It's not a fucking arcade. Dave
Fuck
and
that
Buster is
place.
not an arcade.
Well, they got
I'm
the
talking
machines.
about
so they just charge
classic
you all in
games,
the
bro,
leg.
like NFL Blitz or Turtles in Time. If you guys remember that game from the '90s, you know.
You gotta find a arcade bar. They'll even have the drinks and stuff at those bars are themed like the old school games.
Yeah, we have one of those. We have one of those too here. So
you know, so about the one like was on Terminator, like when he went to go when John Connor was at the arcade in Terminator, you know?
Yeah. Donkey Kong and Frogger and freaking damn.
Yes.
Pitfall, don't forget Pitfall.
Pitfall, yep, Pitfall in there. Vice and love going to play Pitfall, boy.
Space Invaders.
Jungle Hunt. It was one of them.
Oh my God, Jungle Hunt. Oh my God, that's the one that's the one you in the Jeep. That's the one you see.
Yeah.
Contra.
Yep.
Oh, I'm gonna tell you one that I could never beat because I could never throw the fucking the ball around. Is the Olympic game. What was it called? I can do the hurdles. I can do the 100-yard dash.
Yeah.
What was the name of that game?
Yeah, it's like an Olympic
like
game.
the Olympic
Olympic
games? Wasn't it like an Olympic game? Like he competed in like a whole bunch of events.
Track and field.
That's the one I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you press go, then it spins. You got to time it in order to throw it. I always hit the fucking back fence. I can never time it right.
Right. They even had the ball. They had all the track and field events too.
The one I struggled in was when you ran and you had to jump the hurdles. I sucked at that one.
It was a timing thing. Once you got the timing down, you was good.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you my favorite shit. I don't know if any of y'all partake in the whack it to back it. But we used to have the arcades, right? And this was in my mid-20s, right? When I was heavily into the whack it to back it. And we had the Grand Prix Race-A-Rama, the real arcade. And I find myself spending all my time in those car driving games that do. Oh my God. And especially when you're playing against a group of y'all. Oh my God.
When you're actually like sitting inside the thing.
when you're sitting inside the machine, you got the steering wheel and everything.
Inside the machine, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Like, you know, we're not professional trained drivers, so when you go around that curve up on that slope, you're not supposed to hit the brakes, but we don't know that shit. That's the only way we know how to get around that.
Right.
You're supposed to know how to ease up and ease back out without hitting the brakes, but nobody can never do that shit. That's a real skill in real life. Those race car drivers, they do that. That's a real skill.
Right. Yeah.
To turn those corners without hitting the brake, that's a skill. That's why they put them. If you notice, most of the turns be up on the slope because that's a, you know, you drive up that slope and come back down, or however they do it.
Yeah, some of those racing games will, if you have like an indicator on it, it'll show you like where you want to be full speed and slowing down. It really kind of opens your eyes to how much they
Were
have
you
to
able?
on
Were
exactly
you
where.
able to pay attention to that shit?
It's hard to do. Like you get, I mean, it's helpful after a while, but you realize like how much goes into the timing of the turn.
The new racing game is off the charts, like real life now. You got to go get you a new controller for the new racing games. It's not the same.
The motorcycle
Have you
games
seen
always
people
get
set up
Yeah,
like that?
people build those simulators
Gran
now. It's
Turismo.
like they make it so realistic.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like Gran Turismo.
And some of them do truck driving simulators too.
That's the name of it, Gran Turismo. That's the name of the
Yeah.
game, Crypto. That's the name of it. The motorcycle
Yeah.
game I suck at. The ones you sit on the motorcycle, I suck at them.
Yeah, you got to balance your weight to turn those.
Yeah.
The turn them, yeah.
The first racing the first racing game I ever played, it was called Bill Elliott's Racing, and I'd pick and make my own car and stuff, and you had to adjust to like what track you'd be on. And when I was by myself, like with Mom was on one of her trips, I'd do the 500 lap game, and oh my god, that took like forever.
The first racing game I ever got into, the first racing game I actually got into and played several hours of, Top Gear. Top Gear was the shit back in the day.
That was your first one?
Yeah.
My first racing game was pole position. That was mine.
I mean, there was other ones prior to that, but that was the only one I really got into
Back in
off
the
the
day.
bat. Yeah.
That game,
I played pole position too on the NES.
That metal cord, and you got to shoot the shit as the popper. That's a waste of fucking money game. I hated that game.
Yeah,
I do like for Sony PlayStation, Gran Turismo is really good too. I like that game a lot.
Yeah, I thought I said Gran Turismo.
But I can play it inside the simulator.
Right, yeah. That's why people go buy it.
Pole position
Yeah.
was the one game, right, on the NES?
Yes.
Yeah.
Pole position, yeah. That was one. That was the first one I started playing.
Yeah, I had.
I mean, I played other ones prior to Top Gear, but I never played anything like Top Gear at that level until then. Like I played that game for hours, is basically what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Which one was the game where you picked the racetracks you wanted to race on?
Oh,
Yeah, all the different racetracks.
Well, Top Gear had that.
Bill
Like,
Elliott's Racing. You could actually do a whole season on that Bill Elliott's. You could do a whole season of racing. And when I did the normal tracks, that was great. But when I got to like Watkins Glen and some of the others, I sucked.
Yeah, because it always got that one little tiny ass turn, you know, that on that peninsula turn, like that shit was hard as shit.
Yeah. And trying to set my car up, like you had to set your car up, and it's like, God damn it!
I liked those Cruising USA and Cruising World where you go and
you go to all the cities.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You can pick your tracks on there too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You pick city.
Yeah.
Yeah. They got the tractor trailer version of that now.
Top Gear was
You can
similar
drive a
to
truck.
that game. Eventually became a very similar game to Cruising USA.
You can drive a big rig. You can drive any kind of car.
You guys ever used to play whack-a-mole? I never played that shit. I thought it was a waste of time. Like, I'm not
I never really got into that.
I'm not gonna get.
I never even played that at the carnival.
2.5 tickets, man. I'm not doing that shit.
Yeah, it was never
At the world fairs. I never played that game. at the fairs.
You sit up there, you think you're doing great. You hitting all the moles and shit. You hitting them, and then at the end of the game, you get 4.5 tickets. Like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah. That game really is only fun for kids, though. To be honest, I think kids love that.
Yeah.
But like
they do.
now, I can't do that.
You ever go to those ticket counters and you see the stuff that's like an unreal amount of tickets, and you just wonder like who's spending that much time there?
Yeah.
What the hell?
So I went to Jersey. Check this out. I went to Jersey and I went to the boardwalk. And the boardwalk I was at, it from one end to the other is nothing but these little arcades that have those machines that have like the coins and the tickets, and you keep putting in tokens to see if you can get them to push over the edge and stuff. Well, I was there for like 3 or 4 days, and I was walking past some of these arcades, and I was looking in, and the same people are just sitting in there putting quarter after quarter, quarter after quarter, bro, trying to get every ticket they possibly could. By the time you end up getting all these tickets, your whole day has passed by. You probably lost a couple $100 doing it.
Yeah, you
It's
don't bought it.
ridiculous. It's
And
not
you get
even
like
worth
a
it.
basketball out of it or
Ollie, it
something.
Trying to
almost
get all the
sounds like
quarters
you
to
were at
come over.
Wildwood. Were you at
Yeah, it's just not
Wildwood,
worth
Ollie?
it. God, what is the place called?
Seaside.
Not, it wasn't Wildwood. I was a bit further north of that. Give me a second. I'll tell you what the name of it was.
Okay.
What can I get for 300 tickets? You can get this comb. You can buy at the Dollar Tree.
I know, right?
Yeah, I know.
You can get your
Exactly.
son this whistle that's gonna break before you leave out of the arcade.
Yeah, you can get a funnel cake. That's about it. Just get a
When I
funnel
used
cake.
to go to Ocean City, New Jersey, with my
Mhm.
couple of my buddies, they had that hockey game, USA versus Russia. It was like a big bubble in that. We'd play and we'd have like our own little tournament and that, and it was fun. It was like, oh, okay, I'll be Russia, you'll be Americans, and you could push the boo button, and when the Russians won, you'd hear the whole thing boo, and it was fun. We got a
Now,
kick
I'm a
out of
legend
it.
on table hockey. I'm a fucking legend.
I want to
Even though
say
last
what's
time I
called
played,
Seaside.
even though
You
last
talking
time I
about air
played, my
hockey?
girl kicked my ass.
No, table hockey.
You talking about table hockey? Okay. I know you
Yeah,
talking about air hockey. I'm gonna say.
Yeah, where you turn the players and it swings them.
No,
Yeah, kind of like football.
That's soccer or foosball.
Soccer,
No,
football.
Yes, football is fun.
And you gotta,
That's how table
gotta
hockey
hit it
is
into
too.
the slide.
Yeah. So the boardwalk I was at is called Seaside Heights, by the way. Seaside Heights.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's basically a tourist town. There's like a bunch of like carnival rides, and it has like some restaurants and stuff. It's really close to Jersey Shore, where Jersey Shore is at.
I was just gonna say that's where they filmed Jersey Shore at.
What
Yep.
would you like to see come back
Oh, yeah.
for? If you had your choice, you can only pick one, Ali.
Yeah.
The regular,
I want to tell you, used to have such
Hold
a
on,
crush
hold on.
Jay Wild.
I know you said they already got one in one particular place, but what would you say you want to bring back more? It's common practice, right? That you can see it everywhere. A regular arcade, like we're talking about, or the midday matinee for movies.
Damn, that's a really tough choice, bro, because I liked the midday matinee because it was cheap. But to be honest, I see those from time to time. I'd rather bring the arcades back, to be honest.
Yeah.
They gotta take
That's where I'm
matinee
at.
because down in South Florida we don't have them anymore.
Man, what are they doing to you guys? Because in Port St. Lucie, we have theaters that you can watch the older movies for cheap. So I don't know.
Well, that's the dollar movie. We don't even have those no more, but we used to have those. But no, like
Damn.
you're gonna pay anytime you go to the movies here, you're gonna pay $15 at least.
Yeah.
That's just for a box of popcorn. That's all.
We have something called $5 Tuesdays that we have here. So, you go the ticket's $5, and everything, and the popcorn and everything is discounted. So there's that. But I would rather see the arcades, to be honest. I can see movies so cheap. I'd rather see the arcades.
Well, everyone's got such good TVs now, and
Some places
surround
the
sound.
matinee would be $250, and other places it'd be $350. Like you couldn't beat that, man.
Yeah, I remember going to dollar movies. I remember that.
Yeah, I remember the $5 movies.
Oh yeah,
everything $5.
Bro,
Well, yeah,
I
they started
remember
at $5, then they inched them up to $7. Then they inched them up to $10.
Bro, check this out. You guys remember the movie Bram Stoker's Dracula? You guys remember that movie?
Oh,
I remember.
I got a story to tell you about that one. Go
I
ahead.
remember watching that movie, brand new, just hit the theaters. It was like the first day, and I paid $2.13 to watch the movie.
That's my second favorite
That's how
movie
much
of all
I used to
time.
pay to go to the theater, bro. $2.13.
When that came out on videotape, I belonged to Blockbuster, at that time, and my parents wanted to see it, and they were watching it. And Ollie, the part where he's opening the door, like he's turning the door, right?
Yeah.
Somebody tried to go in the wrong house. They were at our house, but they weren't supposed to be at our house. And you're watching this shit. I'm like, I said, what happened? He said, my mom goes, both your dad and I got real scared.
So this is a similar story. Check this out. So it was the first week that Scream had come to VHS, right? And for people that don't know what VHS was, it's the old format before they had DVDs.
Yeah.
I know you guys know, but the younger folks watching at home may not. So anyway, my girlfriend and her sister and some other friends were watching the movie Scream at my house, and I was doing something. I had just gotten home, and I walk in, and I knew what they're watching, so I snuck through the back, and then lights are all off, and it's dark outside and everything, and they're watching it, and I snuck up behind them, and I just started screaming, going, ah! Top of my lungs. They all jumped, hit the ceiling. It was like when you see cats like claw the ceiling to hold on to it. That's what it looked like, dude. It was so funny.
I'm gonna tell you my coming out party as far as the first time I was I'm old enough to go to the movies by myself. I'm old enough to go to the movies by myself. I'm gonna tell you the movie it was. And they did a big giveaway because it was a premiere, and I won the soundtrack album for it. It was Rocky 4.
Oh, that's a good movie. I like that movie. Yep.
Yeah.
That was like, yeah, that's me and my friends. It's nighttime. We had the movies by ourselves. You know, that was it.
Craig just mentioned something that makes me want to add it into your question, Nick. He brought up Blockbuster, and those were some good ass memories from back in the day going to Blockbuster.
Yeah, exactly. Did you ever rewind the tapes back? Did you ever run the VCR tapes back?
That's the most memorable part. Yeah, gotta rewind that tape back.
I still remember what those stores smelled like. It was a real distinct vibe.
You could smell the popcorn. They used to sell popcorn too.
Yep.
You could get
didn't they sell popcorn and candy there?
Do you guys remember? Do you guys, speaking of Blockbuster, do you guys remember Hollywood Video? Do you guys remember Hollywood Video?
Yeah.
So
Hollywood
my parents owned the first. My parents owned the first Hollywood Video in Ohio, the state of Ohio, and yeah, they did. And they, in fact, when Hollywood Video became this big, franchise, and they came to the state, they actually had to pay my parents just to be able to have the name and everything in the state of Ohio. Well, anyway, Blockbuster was competing with us a lot, and we had 2 or 3 locations. And I remember working there, and you're right, it had a distinct smell. Like you could smell, and you knew you were in a video store.
The plastic covers of the VHS tapes. It was all those plastic covers.
Exactly.
I
remember it.
When the DVDs came out, and Blockbuster and Hollywood Video used to actually have the DVDs inside of the package until they realized motherfucker was still in the DVD.
Hey,
you had to take the package up front, and then they'll give you the actual.
What's up, Shake?
No, you being that you're from Broward, you remember the $1.75 movie theater on Taft Street?
Yeah, well, that's in Hollywood. I ain't really hang out in Hollywood, but we had one that was actually $1.
Crazy.
It was $1.
Yeah, that is.
What Blockbuster introduced me to, right? I had no idea about this movie genre. Blockbuster introduced me to B movies. I did not know B movies was that fucking good. Like, I will watch a B movie if it's a good action B movie. If it's a B movie, I'm watching it. There's certain B actors that if I see them in the movie, I'm watching it. Like I can't think of his name, Michael Madsen. I'm watching any movie he's in. Tom Sizemore, I'm watching any movie he's in. Nicolas Cage and Bruce Willis make some great B movies. Cuba Gooding Jr. makes some great B movies, man. I'm telling you, B movies where it's at.
When I was a lot younger, and my brother-in-law and sister lived down in Richmond, Virginia, on the outskirts. I think it was called Mechanicsville or whatever. Anyway, they went to play cards with some friends. So my brother-in-law was like, he took me, and the first two movies I ever saw from Blockbuster was Running Man and the first RoboCop.
Those are great movies, to be honest.
No, I saw that on
How long
cable.
was the rental? I forget. How long was the rental? Was it 7 days? Or was it shorter than that? Or
Yeah,
was
it's
it a
3 days.
24-hour rental?
3 nights. Yeah. It's 3 days. You can give them 3 days.
It was 3 days.
Yeah, 3
okay.
days.
Yeah.
And then they had the return bin there, right? Didn't they have like a return bin?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can
the
throw them in.
return bin, yeah.
Hey, you know what I want to go watch now? I want to watch what do they call it? I want to watch God, what is it called? Blade Runner. I'm gonna watch Blade Runner tonight. That's a classic movie. Anybody seen that movie before?
Is that with
Harrison
God.
Ford?
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's in the Alien universe. It's tied with Alien. It's part of the
Yes.
Alien universe.
Yeah.
Is it? I didn't think it was it? I
Yeah,
don't know.
Blade Runner, Alien, and Prometheus. They're all in the same universe.
Well, that was the very first scary movie I ever saw. Wow. Also Jaws, but the very scariest movie was the first Alien movie.
And Predator.
And Predator. But the Alien movie came out when I was like 13, 14, and I saw it on TV, like when it shortly came out. And my dad would look at me and go, Craig, what are you doing? I'm looking to see if the alien's underneath my bed.
By the time black people heard about aliens, it was already on VHS.
Yeah, but it was like he
Like, that
said, kept
wasn't-
looking at me like, why are you looking underneath your bed? I said, hey, you never know. Maybe aliens underneath there. I don't know. But Sigourney Weaver knows those movies. She made the movie. I'm sorry, she did. Yes, no, or am I wrong?
Sigourney Weaver, that's the one that played in Ghostbusters, right?
Yeah.
She played in them too. She was okay in that, but I liked her better in the Alien movies.
I mean, but she didn't, she didn't get the real recognition for the Alien movies until she shaved her head off that time when she came in. That was part of like the promo.
Right, that's when she got the true recognition. They shaved her head.
Yeah.
That's the same thing like G.I. Jane. If Demi Moore would have never shaved her head, nobody would have cared about G.I. Jane.
Yeah, all right. When she shaved her head. Yep.
But I'll be excited because I know the Sci-Fi Channel, they run a lot of the Jaws movies, so I'll be watching Jaws a lot this summer.
I can't do it. I mean, they don't hold up. I can't do it. They don't hold up.
Why can't you do it? What do you mean?
They don't. I mean, it's just they don't age well.
Oh, I love Jaws. I've loved Jaws since I was young, and I love it even more.
It's like I know I couldn't sit down and watch, maybe only because I haven't seen it in 20 years, but it'd be hard for me to sit down and watch Friday the 13th, the original.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's next Friday, guys. That's next Friday, and they'll be airing that one. And I think my local theater is having that, so maybe I'll go up and see it on the big screen again.
The original one?
Yes.
The original one?
Yes.
Yeah. I know it's got to be horrible. I haven't seen it in probably 20 years. It's got to be horrible.
Yes. Let me check something because there was some time where she had.
Oh, Ollie, your mic's on.
Sorry, I'm
like the original Halloween. The original Halloween. How many body count in the original Halloween? There's not that many, right?
Isn't it like 6 or 7?
There's like I want to say there's 5 kills. I want to say there's 5.
Yeah.
Is there?
Yeah, that's what I said about a handful.
I think I want to say 4.
I saw an interview with Jamie Lee Curtis years later about that one. She said, I hated playing the one that ran, and the guy was like, why? She said, well, everybody got to do sex scenes and then die, and I'm running from a psychotic killer. I'm like, well, I guess okay, if that's what floats your boat. And just think how popular that's been years later. And then they got all these
30 years later, they made a remake.
But
And now
listen, if you
they're
like
supposed to
Jamie Lee
be.
Curtis,
They're supposed to be. I don't know how true it is. This October, Michael Myers versus Leatherface.
That would be nice.
I don't know if they're in the same universe. I don't know if they're in the same universe.
Oh, that would be classic though.
But I'm gonna tell you, if you like Jamie Lee Curtis, the movie that should stand out to you is not even Halloween. It's True Lies. If True Lies ain't the movie that stand out because that's when she had like them big ass titties and a tight ass shirt. Like, God damn, Jamie. No, matter of fact, I think she had on a bra, right?
She played with Schwarzenegger, right?
Yeah, she played with
All
Schwarzenegger.
right,
You don't
so
remember like the bra scene?
for Michael Myers Halloween 1978, there were 5 human deaths and 2 dog deaths, so a total of 7 deaths.
And they made a whole franchise out of 5 deaths. A slasher movie with only 5 people got killed.
Yep. Well, yeah,
there you go. They were trying to tell you something, Nick. You only killed so many people with a knife.
And then,
Shit,
but you know what?
Go tell Jason that. That's one scene for Jason.
Pretty much.
You know what I hated about the Halloween
That's pretty much one
franchise?
scene, that whole campsite.
The one thing I hated about the Halloween franchise, when they did Halloween 3 Season of the Witch, I was like, what the hell is this bullshit?
Yeah, but I think they
Well, then they
retconned
did
it. I
another
don't
one.
think they acknowledge it anymore.
John Carpenter, the guy who actually made
Did the Halloween? Right, yeah.
idea
Yeah, he
was
didn't do 3.
each episode was going to be a complete different story. Michael Myers to be the franchise was not the original plan, so that's what happened.
Oh, really? I never knew that.
So in
What was the plan?
fact, they were making the second one. The original plan was that each episode, like Halloween 1, Halloween 2 would be a complete different story. And what ended up happening is Halloween 2, he fought with the producers and everything so much that he ended up leaving the project, and they still made what we know as Halloween 2, to be honest. And then number 3 they bought it completely. Then they brought Michael Myers back.
3.
Yeah.
I know he didn't do 3. I thought he did 2.
I had that as my ringtone.
Yeah. But I didn't know this.
He started filming number 2, but they wanted a Michael Myers continuation. He wasn't really into it. He didn't like some of the other stuff that they did. So that's why John Carpenter didn't come back actually until the 2017 Halloween. That's when he came back because they were finally doing
He was
stuff.
wrong about 2, by the way.
Right.
He was wrong about 2 because that set Michael Myers off. That put him on another.
What was the one where they had the original Mike Myers in it? When he was standing in the hospital and they had the mask, was that the 17 one?
No.
Is that the guy who did
that was Rob
Zombie? Who has him in the hospital?
Yeah, that was Rob Zombie. The one when the people stole his mask. That was Rob Zombie. I like that version though. I did. I was the one person that like 1 and 2 of Rob Zombie.
Yep, old Rob Zombie.
But then again, I'm like the only person that like Jason like Friday 13th, Jason in space. I'm like the only person that like that one.
Do you think on the Friday the 13th, do you think they took it a little too far when they had Jason in space?
Yeah, like people don't like that movie.
No, you're right, Big Hank. You're not the only one. I am too. I like that one. That was one of my favorite.
To be honest, after Friday the 13th Part 3 or 4, they just decided to go on this comedic run. Then, to be honest, they kind of had to, because if you look at what Freddy Krueger was doing at that time with Nightmare on Elm Street, it was really comedic horror. So they really had to do something like that, and that's why they decided to go that run.
Yeah, I mean, but you gotta admit though, when they did Jason versus Tina, that shit was groundbreaking, man. That's one of the best ones.
Jason versus what?
Right. Tina, Part 7. He's talking about Part 7. Yeah, Jason versus Tina.
Yeah,
was that the little girl that was that? He was like a telepathic and stuff, and she messed him up in that movie.
She had telekinesis. She wasn't a telepath. She had telekinesis.
Telekinesis. Yeah.
Right. She messed him up in that movie. You know what I mean?
Another good one that fooled everybody that found out that it was the boy's dad that was actually cosplaying as Fred, as Jason at the end. Remember, it was the ambulance driver. His son had died at camp, and he came back and he got revenge on everybody that used to pick on his
Yeah,
son.
yeah,
And at the end, we found out it was him. He actually came on the scene as an ambulance driver to get his own son.
yeah.
That was a pretty good one too. But I didn't like the one where he was fighting. What was the boy name? Like he was in like 2 of the movies, 2 or 3 of them. It was after
Of the
Jason
Halloween
versus Demon.
movies?
No, Friday the 13th. It was after Jason
Oh,
versus
Friday
Demon.
the
Then he
13th.
fought them.
Wasn't it
Yeah, then he
Corey
fought the boy.
Feldman was in a couple of those?
I think Corey Feldman. Yeah, he was in. Yeah, I do. I think he was in like
I
maybe the
think he
3rd
was
or the
like the
4th
little
one.
boy in a couple of them.
Yeah.
Am I wrong or because I
Yeah,
thought
Corey
it
Feldman.
was?
Yeah, wasn't Corey Feldman the one who shaved his head or whatever? Friday the
Yes,
13th?
yeah. Because
I
that
was in.
just
I
dawned
think that
on
was
me.
9. I think the one with Corey Feldman shaved his head was 9. I think that was like number 9.
Yeah,
Jason Lives was not. But
But Jason versus Tommy. It was a character named Tommy. He was in both. He was in 2 back-to-back movies. Tommy.
Yeah.
yeah.
Actually, speaking of Corey
But Jason
Feldman,
Lives was part 6.
classic. Let's not forget cult classic The Lost Boys. That was a good vampire movie for back.
yes, yes.
Yeah, but I like them better in Lean on Me though.
No, I like him
Who
in
was in
Lost
Lean on
Boys.
Me?
I would,
Corey
and
Feldman
they
wasn't he in Lean on Me?
I think he
Which one, the
was.
teacher? No,
Okay, the
he wasn't the teacher.
$64,000 question. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
Actually, yes, it is.
I don't like to say it is. I don't see it as a Christmas movie.
I thought they said though it wasn't a Christmas movie.
No, because
I don't see this one.
It's not. Okay, this is a misconception. It is a Christmas movie because if you really think about what the story is about, yes, it does take place during Christmas time, but that's not what makes it a Christmas movie. It's about the trials and tribulations that he was going through and his reaction he was trying to get from his wife. And that, if you really think about the underlying meaning of the whole thing, it's really just an action-packed version of It's a Wonderful Life, to be honest.
But is 1 and 2 the only Christmas movies though? 1 and 2, 'cause I think 2 would be classified that way. But then it got
I don't know about number 2 being a Christmas
damn.
movie, but for sure.
That's nice.
2 had a strong Christmas theme.
That's good
It was in
news.
the snow, the heavy snow
Yeah.
around Christmas time, I think.
I'll tell you what's a scary Christmas. You ever see the movie Krampus?
Yeah. I can tell you what's not a Christmas movie, and you guys might say it is. Home Alone is not a Christmas movie.
I don't know about that, Big Dick. I'm saying that. Hey, it only makes me think about the holidays.
It's a movie that happens at Christmas time. That's all it is.
Hey, it's a Christmas. I'm sipping on eggnog and eating gingerbread cookies at that time.
Now, what's the name of the Christmas movie? What's the one where you're gonna shoot your eye out? A Christmas Story or a Christmas? What's the name of it? You know when the little guy wanted the BB gun, and his dad kept saying, "You're gonna shoot your eye out."
Oh yeah. Oh God, what's the name of it?
It's a
Christmas Story.
A Christmas Tale.
A Christmas Story.
To that,
You'll shoot your eye out. You'll shoot your eye out.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that part? Oh, everybody's telling him he'll shoot his eye out. And even the teacher, even when he wrote it, that little thing for his teacher at the end, D-, you'll shoot your eye out. Oh, God.
Santa Claus did the same thing. Santa Claus did the same thing.
Nope.
You shoot your eye out. But the best part of the movie is when the lamp got broke.
Oh, yeah, that leg lamp.
She hated that damn lamp.
Yeah. Remember when he first put it up? The whole neighborhood was looking at it.
Come on, voila.
Where'd we get that from? Oh, I won a prize, you know. Yeah. There's just certain parts in a movie you'll remember. And that you'll shoot your eye out. That's like the best part of the movie. I'm sorry.
Oh, and when he beat the shit out of his own boy, out the bully, when he beat the shit out of him.
Hey, let me tell you something. That's what I had to do years ago. I got suspended for a week, but it was worth it. Kid was picking on me. I had like it was called like a tick, and now I don't mean a tick the animal. It was I twitched a lot, okay? And he used to get me upset and try and talk to his father, and his father was like, "Oh, boys will be boys." So I looked at my dad and I said, when we were walking away, and I said, "Dad, if I beat the living shit out of him, will you be pissed if I got suspended?" Nah. Well, I tried talking to him. He wouldn't. So I kind of went Ric Flair on him, and I threw him head first into a locker. He never bothered me again. He never bothered me again after that. But his father was like,
overrated part about being in middle school or high school, mostly middle school, especially when you're a little delinquent in middle school. The most overrated part is skipping school and being suspended.
But I mean, I figured, hey, I got to stand up for myself. You know what I mean?
Right. I would skip class. I would skip school in school. That shit was fun. But skipping school off campus when you like 12,
school
13,
tardy. Wow.
where the fuck you gonna go? What you gonna do? You just out. Like that shit. And then being suspended. The best part about being suspended is the first day of the suspension when you don't have to wake up. But when you realize you ain't got shit to do at home all fucking day, man, you can't wait to get back to school.
Yeah, wow.
Now skipping class was the best part of school.
Sometimes in life, when you were a kid like me, you had like when I had that issue with that tick, I had to defend myself. And to this day, I will never be sorry about that.
I think everybody pretty much got suspended for fighting. So, right.
Yep. Right. My mom was pissed, but my dad tried to tell my mom what happened. She was still
fighting in the hallway.
Yeah.
Fighting in the hallway might get you 3 days. Fighting in class or fighting in that cafeteria, that's 10 days.
Yeah, no, I
That's
got suspended for a week and I didn't give a shit. I did work around the house.
Anybody ever had a fight in the cafeteria?
No.
That shit gets you 10 days right there. Fight in the class? Oh, that shit I never fought in the cafeteria, but I fought in the class. That shit gets you 10 days.
Well, like I said, I defended myself and I went Ric Flair on his ass and I put him head first into a locker. I didn't give a shit.
I remember we used to have referrals, and then they'll pick a random student to walk with you to the office to make sure the referral get there.
Yeah.
When you like one of the most popular kids in school, like everybody was your friend, them referrals never used to reach the office for me, man.
You know, one thing I learned about school, you know who friends were and you knew who your friends weren't. Everybody had like their own clique. You know what I mean?
Yes.
There's no segregation.
And even now, I used to have a lot of friends. I don't. But you know what? I have my dog. And to me, that's the best friend you can have is a dog. Not that I don't like you guys. Don't take this the wrong way. I like coming up here and talking to everybody. But I love my dog. And a dog is truly a man's best friend.
I'm not an animal guy.
Oh, I am. I love my dog.
What's your dog's name?
Stumpy.
Stumpy? Oh.
Stumpy, yeah. He's a wonderful animal. Now, he started limping, but he's like 7 or 8, so I have to give him stuff for his arthritis and different things, and that's okay. A person, just like a kid, if you have to help your animal whatever way it takes, that means you truly love him, and that's what I've done. That's what it's all about. Just like any of you guys that have children, I'm sure you wouldn't just say, "Oh, my son has this. Oh, screw it." You try and help your son, right, or daughter.
That's my car.
You know. What'd you say?
When she's sick, I'm sick.
Oh, okay. And everybody's different, you know.
Take care of her like I take care of my son.
There you go. What kind of car do you have?
Phone.
Love
It
Uncle
rained
Buck.
while it's
Uncle Buck
already
was a good
raining.
ass movie.
Yeah,
What's that?
Yeah, Uncle Buck was good. Yeah,
What
Uncle
kind
Buck
of
was good.
what kind of car do you have that you love so much?
Right now, I got a little bullshit Mercedes.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. But Uncle Buck, that's a great movie. Yes. You know what's the best part about that movie? When Macaulay Culkin's sitting there asking him all the questions.
So if you can only watch one movie, you got a choice of two movies, but you can only watch one. Would it be Uncle Buck or Mrs. Doubtfire?
Uncle Buck. For
Miss
me, it'd be
Doubtfire
Uncle
was
Buck.
funny as hell. Miss Doubtfire is a good one. I ain't gonna lie, but Robin Williams is one of my favorite actors, so I might have to go with Miss Doubtfire. That is funny. He's such a good actor, man.
Was that Robin Williams, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's Robin
That's a
Williams.
shame what happened to him.
Okay,
You know,
Crypto, I'm gonna make it
him,
hard.
John Candy.
I'm gonna make it hard for you, Crypto. Miss Doubtfire or the Birdcage?
You putting two Robin Williams movies together, huh? Birdcage, huh? Damn.
That's a good movie too.
Yeah.
I wasn't a fan of Birdcage.
Yeah, I don't think he ever made a bad movie. That's the problem.
Yeah.
I liked Mrs. Doubtfire.
That's
What was the one
Ronnie
where his
Still
dad
ended
was
out.
like a toy builder or something, toys or something like that?
Oh yeah,
LL
when
Cool
he
J
was
was like his brother,
yeah.
remember?
Yeah. He's a toy builder, you said, Ali?
Yeah, his dad like owned this toy company, and his I want to say it's either his brother or his cousin is LL Cool J, and they have they build these toys, and they have like a battle and stuff. It was like a weird '90s kids movie, but also like an adult type of content. You have to. It's called Toys. Check it out with Robin Williams. I liked it actually.
What was it called?
Toys.
Oh yeah, I seen Toys. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about Richard Pryor toy?
Yeah, I was just gonna say it wasn't better than The Toy. That's the name of that movie, Richard Pryor, The Toy.
Richard Pryor is a hell of a comedian. I love
Richard
Richard
Pryor was
Pryor.
a toy, yeah. You're right.
Yeah.
Richard Pryor was a damn good actor too.
Did you guys ever watch any of his stand-ups on TV or whatever?
Who?
He was one of
Richard
my
Pryor.
favorite
Like,
comedians.
did you ever watch any of his stand-up shows?
Stop it, man.
Oh my God. My mom used to get so mad when we'd sit there and watch them. And I'd be like, Mom, I'm 13, 14. Like, I have never heard this language before.
I love him, but he's not number one on my list. He's number 2 on my list.
Who's number one?
Bernie Mac.
Bernie Mac's number one for you?
Bernie Mac? Okay. See, my 1 and 2 are Carlin.
Yeah, Bernie's pretty solid.
Yeah, but that's it.
It's Saturday night today.
Bernie Mac, Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy, George Carlin. My top 4.
What's up, Mr. Pope?
Hey, what's going on, Shake, Ali, Big Nick, Crypto, Craig? How's everybody doing?
Hanging in there, brother.
Hey, man.
Yeah,
that's all
Mr.
we
Pope.
can do. Oh, that's right. I got.
I would say Red Fox.
Oh yeah, that's my dog. Right, I love Red Fox. That's a goat to me.
I had to go back and try to listen to Red Fox.
The
As far
funniest,
as a stand-up comedian.
the funniest thing I've ever heard Red Fox say. He told us a joke about how he hate. There's two things that he hate more than anything in the world. That's midgets and snot. If he ever walked in the room and saw a midget with snot in his nose, he'll break his foot off his head.
Damn. It wasn't a joke he told to Aunt Esther.
No, it was one because I used to get his cassette tapes and listen to him. It was on one of his LPs, and he also told the story of how this man came home from Vietnam. He had lost his arm, he had lost his legs, and he went to this whorehouse. And when the madam came, opened up the door and saw this man with no legs and no arms, and looked at him and said, "And what the fuck do you want?" He said, "I rang the bell, didn't I?" What do you ring the bell with? What do you ring the bell with?
I don't know.
What do you ring the bell with?
Hey, Big Nick, did Red Fox make some kind of joke about wearing certain underwear in case you stain them?
No, I don't know. I hear that.
I don't know. He made something months ago.
He said something about in case you. I think he was talking about if you get in the accident or something like that. Make sure you got out on the right color drawers in case you get in the accident and
yes, you get an accident.
If there's right. Color drawers or something like that, he was saying.
Brown colored drawers or something. Yeah. Damn.
I like storytelling comedians. Like I love Red Fox, but he was a one-liner comedian, and I appreciate them, but I prefer the storytellers better. That's who I like. You know, like I like Flip Wilson. He was funny, but he was a one-liner. Roger Dangerfield, one-liner. You know, I like.
I like Roger Dangerfield. That's my boy there.
I'm gonna tell you who's underrated as hell too. I'm gonna give you two of them. If you ever get a chance to watch this old Steve Martin stand up, Steve Martin gave him hell too now, and also Jerry Lewis. Jerry Lewis gave him hell too. But Jerry Lewis did a lot of slapstick. Well, both of them did slapstick, but I really like Steve Martin.
I don't know about the big Steve Martin. He was funny, but he's already good regular comedy.
For the type of comedy they was doing back then in that time, he was good. Like, I'm a wild and crazy guy, and really Howie Mandel stole his whole act, man.
But
that was Steve Martin. Every time I see Howie Mandel, I think of Steve Martin.
But Big Nick, didn't Steve Martin do imitations also?
No, I think that was more Jerry Lewis.
Who?
Jerry Lewis.
Jerry Lewis.
Oh, okay. I thought Steve Martin did like imitation of people.
No, you know who did a lot of imitations was Rich Little.
Oh, that's right. That's what I'm getting mixed up with.
Rich Little did a lot of imitations.
Thank you.
If
That's
you want to know what Steve Martin stand-up was like, if you guys ever saw the movie The Jerk.
Yeah, man.
That's a funny
movie. That is one crazy movie.
Oh, that's him?
Yeah, that's him on stage.
Some way Steve Martin remind me of Will Ferrell. Look like they could be cousins.
Well, I'm watching they haven't come out. I don't think they come out with season 4, maybe.
Yeah, they look like they could be cousins. They got to be related.
Only Murders in the Building. If you guys get a chance to check that out, it's called Only Murders in the Building. And it's Steve Martin.
Hey, Casanova, yeah, I agree. Bill Burr I love Bill Burr. I seen his latest movie. I forgot what it was called. It was on Netflix. But that shit was hilarious.
I like him when he's being Bill Burr. I like him. Well, that's all he ever does. Even in the movies, he's Bill Burr.
Bill Burr.
Now, Jim Carrey is not considered a comedian. He's more of a funny actor, right?
Stand up, man.
Yeah.
You'll laugh his whole stand up. He's a genius. Yeah, you'll laugh his whole stand up if you watch on his stand up. He's really funny.
Couldn't hear it, Big Nick.
No, I was saying Jim Carrey. He's a real comedian. He's a real stand-up comedian. Like he's
okay.
Yeah, Jim Carrey. Yeah.
Hilarious.
Let me tell you something.
Oh yeah.
He's like Robin
How can you not love Jim? How can you not love Jim Carrey as Ace Ventura, especially the first one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked him in The Mask.
I
Did you?
liked him in I liked him in what was the name of that fucking movie? When the dude wanted to be a hero, he played man, what was the name of the damn movie? When he wanted to be a hero,
Liar.
and no, he wanted the kid. He wanted to clean up crime in his neighborhood or his street, so he dressed up as a hero. The first time it was Nicolas Cage and that little girl, and then the second time they did the movie, it was because Nicolas Cage got killed in the movie, and they brought in Jim Carrey as like this big tough army dude. What's the name of that fucking Kick-Ass?
Sergeant Bilko? Is it Sergeant Bilko?
And the Kick-Ass? He looked like
no,
in the movie Kick-Ass, the character he played in Kick-Ass, he reminded you of fucking Guile from Street Fighter. He was that type of stuff.
Oh. I'll tell you one thing.
Speaking of which,
God was tough.
I'm jumping over that boomerang and I'm beating your ass.
You're going to get flash kicked the minute you jump over it. I'm going to flash kick you, Nick.
I know you're going to try to flash kick me. I know it.
Right.
But if you
Actually,
that flash kick, your ass is mine.
Did you enjoy the Street Fighter the live action movie, Big Nick?
It was horrible.
I didn't like it.
They can do better than that, especially with CGI and animation. They can do much better. The animated series was better. The movie animation.
It wasn't as bad as Mortal Kombat, the first Mortal Kombat. But
yeah, the first one, Mortal Kombat, was horrible. The second one was okay, but they can do better, especially now with all these graphics and CGI. They should be able to do a much better production.
But they got one that they were working on. You can watch clips of it. They didn't finish it. I don't even think they really shot it. They got Michael J. White in it.
We talking about the Mortal Kombat, the Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, just go to YouTube and put in Mortal Kombat, Michael J. White. I'm telling you, man, if they make that movie, that shit is gonna be what?
Yeah. If they could do it now, they definitely got the technology to make it more real life.
You gotta get that
type deal.
Shit. If you want a movie done right, you either got to give it to Kevin Feige or you got to give it to the guy that's over there in Warner Brothers. Now you got to. I mean, because nobody else can.
The ones that make the Transformer movies and the ones that make those movies.
Michael Bay.
You got to give it to them.
All his movies are the same, just different plots and different people, but all this shit the same. It's just like it's like whenever you watch a John Woo movie, you know it's a John Woo movie because at some point in time they go them goddamn doves flying in slow motion.
That's probably his signature. You know, every movie producer have their own signature in the movie. Embedded in it.
He's gonna give you 1,000 cuts a second, and he's gonna give you close up of fight scenes that you can't see.
And then when it comes to the fatalities, they got to make them more like real violence. You know what I'm saying? To really get people. Like when Johnny Cage do a fatality and he busted your nuts open, you got to be able to see all of it.
But what's his name? Christopher Nolan, the guy that did the Dark Knight series, and he did the Oppenheimer. I like his movies too. I like his production.
Oppenheimer. Mm-hmm.
Even though I ain't watch Oppenheimer because it wasn't what I thought. I just can't watch a movie that ain't nobody getting their head blown off. I just can't do it. I'm at that age of my life. I can't do it. If ain't nobody getting their head blown off,
definitely ain't watching that.
good hand-to-hand combat in that movie, I can't watch it.
You need some hand-to-hand combat. Well, you liked it, the opening scene of Saving Private Ryan then, because it's definitely the guy got the cannon to the skull.
You think just that opening scene? There's a lot of scenes in Private Ryan.
It's like that opening scene, man. That definitely gets you going. It's like, oh shit.
And you can't like watch something. The first hour and a half.
What's up, Fred?
Last 30 minutes make that movie worthwhile.
Yeah.
Hey Nick. You said you can't watch nothing without something happening in somebody's head, bro. I bet you can, bro.
I can't watch a movie unless somebody's head gonna get exploded off of their body.
Yeah. Well, definitely we get looking forward to the new Mortal Kombat.
Whenever my girl say, "Baby, you ought to watch this movie," first thing I ask, somebody's head getting blown off.
The prerequisite.
Well, you talk about somebody getting blown off. Must love these Dolphin games, then, bro. I give it to you that. I give you that, bro.
They're afraid.
Only time I ever seen somebody here get blown off on a football team was when they was playing around Thanksgiving time in high school.
Oh, man.
Hey, Nick, I'm just playing around, man. Don't pay me no mind, bro.
I know, just like you saying how much you played around Thanksgiving time in high school.
No, he playing snow. He playing these 40-degree games, Nick. You play the snow. Thanksgiving Day snow game, the snowball. He played the ice bowl. Fred played that ice ball.
In high school, he played the ice bowl in high school.
That's right.
I'm like, how many games y'all play? Because I know when I was in high school, we actually had an official game, like either right before the school year started or
it go like this, Nick. It go like this, Nick. If you're in the playoff game in high school, then you're not going to play in the turkey games. Simple as that, bro. You know what I mean? But if you're high school,
like this, high school games, high school season normally lasts 10 weeks, right? And you got 2 bye weeks. So you got 2 bye weeks. So at the most, you're catching the beginning of November, maybe.
But let me say, Nick, they do it because it's tradition, bro. And what the tradition is from a fallen police officer, I think in Philadelphia or New Jersey, either one of them is the reason why they had this had these games like this, man. There is tradition games, bro. It's tradition games because of that fallen officer.
I'm not doubting you, Fred. I'm just saying I never heard of high school playing around Thanksgiving time.
Yeah, man. Yeah. It's called, and it's actually called the turkey game, bro. It's a number of New Jersey high schools play on that day. There's a number of them.
Yeah, I've heard that before when I went to high school. Turkey games. I haven't heard that name in a while.
I know from school started here around the 22nd of August. We play our first game that week.
Right.
We only got 10 of them. I'm just trying to figure out how that shit lasts all the way to November. The third week.
You get 2 weeks. You get 3 weeks off in between games, Nick. That's how you do it.
Yeah, shit.
They get 3 weeks off between games. That's how you get into November and December. Fred had a bye week every week.
You might know this shit. When was the Florida Georgia game used to be played? When we used to play the Florida Georgia game, I think that was before Thanksgiving, wasn't it?
I think so.
Yeah, see, we were so good at football, Florida and Georgia, like we ain't had any, you know what I'm saying? We ain't Texas and New Jersey and all that, Pennsylvania, man, whatever, man. We got a Florida
The Florida Georgia game were more like state rivals. That's how they played, man. They used to play like they were state rivals.
Yeah, for real.
No,
the Florida Georgia game was huge.
Big time.
And if you from Florida and you lose that game, don't bring your ass back home. Florida ain't supposed to lose no football all-star games. I'm sorry. I sure would like to see Florida against the rest of the country. Florida versus the field. All-star Florida team versus the rest of the United States. I like to see that game and see how Florida do against that. I used to say that the rest of the country will have the advantage at quarterback, but shit, we got Lamar Jackson.
There,
We
there,
ain't got
there
to do
was
it.
there was a time where a lot of good quarterbacks were coming out of California.
That's I think we say that because all of our quarterbacks from Miami used to be out of California.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
University of Miami ain't had nothing but California quarterbacks.
There you go.
I remember the one University of Miami quarterback that I really wanted to work out, but I guess he wound up being a better baseball player, was Kenny Kelly. I wanted that man to be a star so bad, but I think he was a better baseball player.
Who? Who was it?
Kenny Kelly.
Who?
Kenny Kelly. He used to be the quarterback.
Kenny Kelly.
He was a quarterback for the U. But the U haven't had, like, outside of last year, the last time we had good quarterback play. Oh my God. I guess Ken Dorsey.
Hey, what was the dude's name, man? College, the quarterback, bro. Everybody thought he was gonna go to NFL, but I think he went to go play basketball or something like that,
Charlie
man.
Ward.
Like Charlie, where he was from? But when he from Florida?
He's from Georgia, but he went to Florida State.
You talking about Charlie Ward?
Yeah.
He could have went to the pros. He could have went to the NFL.
Yeah,
I think so.
He chose to play basketball.
I think so.
He was a Heisman Trophy winner.
Mm-hmm.
I think he would have went to NBA too. Shit.
He did go to
Yeah, I
NBA.
should have chosen NFL.
He was the first round
Yeah.
pick in the NBA.
Wow.
He could have went to both.
By who? By who?
He could have got picked up out of yeah.
The Knicks
By
picked him
who?
in the first round.
He was picked 19th, I think. I think he was the 19th pick in that job.
Oh.
If I
Probably
remember.
would have went in the fourth round in the pro.
In the NFL, he probably could have. Yeah, he would have definitely got drafted. He wouldn't have went undrafted.
No, he was too dynamic on the field.
Yeah, Charlie Ward could have definitely got drafted in the NFL. They talked him out of it. Spike Lee talked him out of it.
What? Hey, crypto, man. For real.
Yeah.
I know it's Spike Lee talking about it, but I know that NBA first round money is a lot more than that NFL fourth round money.
I'm just saying, Spike Lee had his hand on it.
Charlie Ward played like 11, 12 years, somewhere around up in there. He had a long career.
Hey, Big Nick, Spike Lee. Hey, Big Nick.
He played 13 years. 13 years Ted Ginn had.
The deal was with Charlie Ward, Spike Lee told him to do the right thing. That's what he said. Do the right thing.
And I always thought that was fascinating. He wasn't tall enough for football, but he was tall enough for basketball. How that worked out.
I know. That's what I'm saying, Jake. But Spike Lee told him to do the right thing. That's what he said.
Hey, I remember the Dolphins used to stay at Florida, draft the Florida Gators. God damn, we love the Florida Gators at the Dolphins. We got shit. We had Jarvis Williams. We had Lewis Oliver. We had some more, I can't think of the name. But we used to always draft Florida Gators, man.
Yeah, Jarvis Landry was not Jarvis, but Louis Oliver. Yeah, Jarvis Landry. Yeah, but Louis Oliver. Damn. They used to be improved.
Jarvis Williams was a better overall football player, but Louis Oliver was a better NFL player. Because Louis Oliver had one job. Louis Oliver had one job. Killed a man with
Shut
the ball.
down the shutdown Andre Reed.
He couldn't shut down. Shake, you better tell him he couldn't shake down nothing. He couldn't shut down nothing.
He had to shut down Andre Reed. That's what he had to do.
Running was
That's
not
his only job.
Crypto.
His job was to make sure Andre Reed don't come across the middle of the field. That's his only assignment.
If you you had a play that requires Lewis Oliver to drop back in coverage, he would tell you I ain't doing that shit.
That's why he had to play center field. He got like 3 picks in that game. Remember, he got 3 picks.
He was the Ray Lewis of safety. Come across that middle if you want to.
Yeah. He said the Bills won't get nothing in that game. We put up 30-some points on them.
Interception return, something like that?
Yeah, no, it was over 100 yards in that game. Yeah,
101
yeah, it was 100 yards plus in that game. Yeah, interception return. Yeah, he's saying nobody getting into this one. Jim Kelly had a miserable day. That was the worst day I've seen Jim Kelly have.
Did you say Jim Carrey?
That was the worst day. Yeah.
Him and
Kelly.
Him and Derek Gardner remind me of each other, man. Like they just didn't get the full potential of their NFL careers, man.
I love Darryl Gardner, bro. I love Darryl Gardner.
Yeah.
I used to love to go to the old training facility in Davie, man. Derek Gardner, Tim Barnes, all of them. The only person that come to the fence was Dan Marino. Pretty much.
He never went to the facility? Well, man, hold on. You saying, what do you mean Dan Marino didn't come?
At the Davie, like when you used to go to training camp?
Oh, he
and the bleachers was literally right there on the field almost. It was just a gate that separated them. And he
never was at the facility.
I thought Larry Webster was a fine defensive tackle too, bro. I really did.
I take Chuck Cleanbow.
I like Bowen. I'm going to take Bowen.
I like.
Hey! Did I misread? Did I? Maybe I misread it. Whereas Chuck Cleanbow, bro, for his career, he had like something like 100 sacks, bro. Or did I misread that?
No, you misread that.
I misread that.
Yeah, no, he did. He'd be almost a Hall of Famer. Yeah,
almost.
That's Hall of Famer.
Who got 100 sacks in the Hall of Fame?
Something like.
Right, that's what I was saying when they was reading out what's his name numbers, almost 100 sacks, and I was like, that's almost like Richard Dent like numbers. Didn't Richard Dent get like that many sacks and make the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, that's more than Cam Wake.
Yeah, Cam Wake got what 90. What Cam Wake got like 90 something?
He got like 98, something like that.
I knew I had that wrong, man. I was like, nah, man, I'm reading this shit wrong.
Cam Wake is borderline Hall of Fame.
He was a run stuffer, man. He was a bowling ball, man. He was around he was like 5.
How many tackles for loss?
For who?
None.
For Cam Wake.
Oh, I don't know. But I went back and watched that walk-off safety. That shit's still amazing, man.
Hold up, man. Don't sacks count.
Halloween night. Come on, Halloween.
See, I put that over Miami Miracle. To me, that's
the walk-off safety. I don't know, man. It kind of he kind of gave up that safety. You know, it was like that Michael Strahan sack for the record.
What? He blew that shit. What you mean?
It's like he kind of ducked and gave it to him, you know.
You better go back and watch it and tell me if they gave it to him or not. He just blew that shit. He was John Robinson get off the ball fast. Cam was in the backfield before the quarterback took his last step.
He's like, I'm gonna give you this one, man. You know, it was like this right hand. Oh man.
So my top 5 plays wouldn't include the Miami Miracle. My top 5 plays would be one of, not in no particular order, but it'd be the Dan Marino,
the flicker.
Snap, when he snapped his Achilles and completed the pass in Green Bay. It'd be.
What about the fake spike?
Ted Ginn. Well, it's not in my top 5, but it's over the Miami Miracle. Ted Ginn obliterating Revis Island. Rondé Gatson come out party. Those one-handed touchdowns.
That one catch in the back of the end zone.
What else would be? Oh. And this is over. And I love Ricky. Ricky's my favorite running back to ever play for the Dolphins. But I'm gonna tell you, I remember telling somebody What was his name? Lorenzo. No, what was his name? The running back before we got
You
King and Drake and all.
Oh, you talking about Lorenzo Hampton?
Lorenzo
No,
Hampton.
no. He went to from the University of Miami. Lamar Miller.
Okay.
Lamar Miller. I remember telling somebody, if he get past the line, stop running. And I think he had a 99-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, against the Jets. Yeah, that was against the Jets. Yep, 99 yards. Still the longest run in Dolphin history.
I was like, y'all can stop chasing him. I don't know why y'all chasing him.
Hey, I got one for you, bro. I got one for you, bro.
And Brent Grimes interception. That goes in my top 5.
How about the Trace Armstrong sack of Doug Flutie that caused Flutie to fumble right around the 5-yard line, bro. I saw the game for us, bro.
Yeah, I love Trace Armstrong.
Yeah, Trace. Yeah, he's a part of that vicious defensive line we had with Tim Bourne, Zara Gardner, Trace. Yeah, he's a part of that vicious line.
John Offerdahl.
Yep, Offerdahl was a hell of a linebacker.
Okay, if y'all want to do that, then if y'all want to do it,
was that Joey Porter? No, it wasn't Joey Porter. It was Kevin Green, wasn't it?
Yeah, Kevin Green. We had Kevin Green.
If y'all want to do it like that, how about
y'all remember they robbed Joey Porter out of Defensive Player of the Year?
Robbed who?
They robbed a lot of our players. They robbed X out of the Player of the Year.
Joey Porter had like 17, 18 sacks that year.
Yeah, that's twice they robbed one of our guys from Defensive Player of the Year. That's twice they did that from us.
More than that, they robbed. A couple times they robbed.
X.
What's his name? The safety. The best
Marion.
Brock Marion. They robbed Brock Marion. Yeah, I think they had 10 interceptions that year. They robbed Xavier Howard. They robbed Joey Porter. And
yeah, they definitely got a bunch of our defensive players. I'm like, what? And these other players that won it that year over, I'm like, that's household names, you know. That's all they wanted on household names.
But I can't say if they get 10 interceptions and he don't get defensive player of the year.
Yeah, it's not like that position is always getting a lot unless you Ed Reed.
But I guess I don't know. Maybe that secondary split the vote because Sam Madison had like 9, T-Buck had like 7.
Yeah, Terrell Buckley. Yep.
Had like 8 or 9.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that safety was kind of dwindling his MVP votes.
Yeah. That secondary there, boy. T-Buck for every touchdown he gave up, he gave you an interception.
Yep. Oh gosh.
He thought he was the best player on the team too, boy.
There was some weeks he was. They couldn't get nothing past T-Buck. Yeah, when I thought we had that secondary.
And then he went to Green Bay and won a ring. I was mad. I was hating.
Won a Super Bowl with the damn Packers. That hurt so bad. It was like the very next year, I think. God damn it.
He went to Green Bay and won a ring, yeah.
Hey Fred, I was switching to the Dolphins, man. I can tell you where all our big time stars went at. Like when they left the Dolphins, I knew it all. Like I knew Richmond Well went to Minnesota, Keith Sims went to Washington, T-Buck went to Green Bay, Mark Duper went to Green Bay, Mark Clayton went to Cleveland. Like I knew all that shit back then, boy.
Broke your heart when they left one day. Broke mine, bro. I ain't gonna lie, man. Broke mine, man. I tell you, boy. I trade for what, man? Like they just didn't seem right in the next jersey, man.
I use that argument about when people say that Duper and Clayton made Marino. I asked them. I said, "Well, Duper and Clayton left the Miami Dolphins. They ain't lead the NFL. What team they went to? Nobody can never tell me."
Well, Clayton went with the Packers.
No, Clayton went to the Packers. Duper went to Cleveland. Okay, so I knew
Cleveland. Yeah. Right. Yeah, he went to the Packers. And then they kind of just like rolled off to the sunset.
And play one year.
But
He made it to the Hall of Fame.
At the same time, Marino made Irvin Fryer relevant. He made Tony Martin relevant. He made, for a minute, David Boston had a game with you.
Well, they
Tony Martin.
That guy had
Tony Martin relevant.
David, Well, that guy had arms like a tree trunk.
I tell you. I don't know. I don't know if you could say Marino made Duper or Clayton or even Irvin Fryer relevant for that matter, bro. I don't think you can say he made them relevant. However, I'll say he made players like numbers. I say he made players like nah, Nick, because Irvin Fryer was already doing his thing over there in New England, man. He was doing his thing over there in New England. The Dolphins were forcing him.
But he resurrected him though.
When I say Marino made somebody relevant, I'm gonna say a player like Joe Rose.
Not
you
more.
know what I'm saying?
Joe Rose ain't never been relevant. The only relevancy Joe Rose got is
Hey, by the way, hey, real quick.
He looked good in Miami, bro.
Touchdown pass.
He looked good in Miami.
Hey, by the way, breaking news. Hold on, real quick.
Hey, Fred.
I got some breaking news. The judge grants final approval to House versus NCAA settlement that will allow schools to begin paying players directly.
Directly now, okay. Damn, they can go. Yeah, that's good. That's they've been working on that for a minute.
That's only fair. You know how much high school make off of paraphernalia? They make money.
Yeah, they make a lot of money off of them. Yeah, right. They making money off them. They need to share in the revenue. It's a revenue sharing thing. Yeah, they have a right to be making the money that they helping the school make. Yep. Yep. NIL, they need to just go across the board.
I give you one more, man. I think Marino made OJ McDuffie relevant. You know?
Yeah, you can see it. He made Patrick Swayze's freaking relevant.
Ain't that the guy from Roadhouse?
Patrick Swayze.
Yeah, that's the guy from Roadhouse.
Damn.
OJ was different, man.
Yeah, hey, listen.
Steve the Bird.
Hey, he made Farrell Edmonds relevant. He made Farrell Edmonds relevant.
Yeah, I don't know if he was relevant.
Can I tell y'all what was a major setback?
Farrell Edmonds is the best tight end we've had in Dolphin history.
I'm gonna tell y'all a major setback that happened with the Miami Dolphins. Like if this guy would have stayed healthy and not did stupid shit, I think the Dolphins would have been better than what they were at the time. Gus Frerotte.
Nah.
Why?
Man, Gus Frerotte balled out
Hey, that's your favorite quarterback, right, Fred?
Nah,
hey, that's your favorite Dolphin quarterback, Fred?
Not Frerotte.
You can't say Gus Frerotte. You can't say he ain't balled out until he decided to drive his head into that wall.
That's Fred's favorite quarterback.
Frerotte ain't do nothing when he got to Miami, Nick. What you talking about, bro?
Are you crazy?
Yeah, he did. No, Fred, you can't change your mind now.
Hey, listen. I remember
you can't change your mind now, Fred.
Hey, I remember seeing Fred back in the day with a shirt that says "Get on the Gus bus."
Yeah,
he came in. I think he was hurt at the beginning of the season, and the Dolphins was losing on losing streak. Gus came in one if I'm not mistaken, 5-6 in a row, or something like that.
I can't up there, man.
Balling.
Yeah, man.
Gus was gonna be our quarterback, man. Because we also had that dude. We had that dude on the team that we gave up the second round pick for, right? From Philly. What was his name?
From Philly?
We gave up a second round pick for him from Philly. He was just a pretty boy. What was his name, man?
Second round for Philly?
We gave up a number 2 pick, a second round draft choice for the AJ Feely. Not AJ. Was it AJ Feely?
Yeah, Feely was the Eagles. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, AJ Feely. Yeah. AJ Feely. Yeah.
Hey Nick, I don't know
Yeah,
Nick, man.
yeah,
You talk
yeah.
about
That's from Philly.
you talk about a quarterback come to Miami and made him something more relevant, man. And had he stayed around longer, to me, man, the only one that did that, man, was Chad Pennington, bro.
Yeah, we got him in a 20% completion percentage.
Bro, Chad Pennington got us to the playoffs, but you think Chad Pennington had a better 1 year than Steve DeBerg did?
What's good, man?
Yeah.
Boy, you
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Boy, you crazy. We were 9-1 with Steve DeBerg. What are you talking about? He broke his
Okay,
thumb.
9-1, man. Chad Pennington got us
He
in the
broke his
Super
thumb.
Bowl, in
We
the
were 9-1.
playoffs, bro.
Steve DeBerg, we had the best record in football with Steve DeBerg.
No.
We were 9-1.
Yeah, with no playoff game.
We lost our last 5 games.
Oh, with Steve DeBerg. With Steve DeBerg, right?
He was hurt. He broke his thumb.
We lost our last round with Steve DeBerg, man, but he somewhat was all right for us. Then come on, Nick. Come on, man.
Yeah, that's what it was, Fred.
We had moved to 9-1. He broke his thumb, Fred. We were playing with our third string quarterback the rest of the game.
So what, man? It still don't do nothing for what Chad Pennington did for us, bro. Getting us a playoff game, bro. Come on, man.
Bro, we were
Yeah, Pennington was the best quarterback we had since
and he looked good all season.
Bob Greasy.
He looked good all season.
Fred, we was 9-1.
Chad Pennington is the best quarterback we had since Bob Greasy.
What lies you tell?
He's the best we've had.
Now you really trying to rile up everybody.
That wouldn't even be true if you said damn Lindo.
He was the best.
That damn show ain't true because David Woodley was in there. You know he wasn't better than David Woodley. David Woodley took us to a Super Bowl.
He was 9 years ahead of Woodley, man. I'm telling you.
David Woodley took us to a Super Bowl.
Shula would have went head over heels for him.
The Wildcat formation is where
And
it's
David
at.
Woodley was winning the game at halftime in the Super Bowl.
No, I'm telling you, Chad Pennington is the most underrated quarterback in NFL history.
So you're saying that Chad Pennington is the Devontae Parker of the quarterbacks?
No.
Hey, Nick, you know what? You know what, Nick? I seen Dan Marino cut Steve DeBerg fuck out, bro. I seen him on the sideline, cut Steve DeBerg out. The game, the Thanksgiving game, bro, against the Cowboys, man. I think a wide receiver must have ran the wrong route on Steve DeBerg. Steve DeBerg went up to him, man, and dug in his ass. I forget who the wide receiver was. Then Steve DeBerg went to the sideline. Marino went up to him like, "Hey, look, man, you don't come here." To me, it was like, "You don't come here with that bullshit, man, and tell my guys, you know what I mean, trying to get my guys case like that. You ain't doing that shit over here." That's the impression I got of Dan Marino because Steve DeBerg fuck out.
Dan Marino was not on the sidelines at the Dallas Leon.
Dan Marino was so on the sideline at the Cowboys game, bro, on Thanksgiving Day. He was so.
You mean the Leon game?
Yeah.
The Kevin Williams that scored 2 touchdowns for them? That game?
The Thanksgiving game, Leon let touch the goddamn ball in the field goal, bro. That Cowboys game. That Cowboys game, bro.
17-14, Dan Marino won.
Yeah. Marino cut Steve DeBerg the fuck out on the sideline over there, bro.
Bro, that was week 10. Dan Marino didn't have an Achilles at the time.
Marino was so over there on the sideline, bro. I watched that.
He's only the right hand of God for me, so I'm gonna let you have it.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, because I was like, yeah, look at Marino Berg, man. You don't come here and tell nobody. Like, you know what I'm saying? You ain't been here long enough to be chastising wide receivers around here.
For me, he's Daniel Constantine Marino, so maybe you know more about him than I do.
Hey man, hey man, hey,
Maybe you quit your job. Maybe you quit your job one day because you knew he was gonna make an appearance at the flea market, so you quit your job in order to go watch him at the flea market. Maybe that was you. Maybe that was you.
Damn, you said Steve the Bird got chewed out, Fred?
Yeah, Dan Marino cussed him the fuck out on the sideline, Crypto. Bullshit you not, bro.
Damn. Damn, why he cuss him out? He was mad
Because
about the
like I said, man, like when it came back to the huddle, right? Steve the Bird, he was like, like really going in on who the wide receiver was. I forget who the wide receiver was, but he must have ran the wrong route or whatever, man. And Steve the Bird like digging in his ass. But so then they go to the sideline. Marino go over to Steve the Bird, like, look, man, don't come over here, like, what I mean, like fucking like standing up for this wide receiver, bro. Don't come over here with that bullshit,
I think Dan Marino got hurt week 5 against Cleveland. He blew out his Achilles. Scott Mitchell got hurt like the next game after that. Steve the Bird. That was game 10. Dan Marino wasn't on the sideline back then.
Yeah, he was, man. He was so, man. Go back and look at the game, bro. I don't know if you can go back and look at it or some old game or some shit like that, bro. They show the whole game, but I remember it clear as day, bro.
But that does sound like Dan Marino, though. That sounds like he had that. He had that commander attitude, man. As soon as he became a Dolphin, man, I seen him grabbing offensive linemen and getting up in their face. Defensive linemen, also defensive players as well. Almost like I'm the coach on the field.
I'm gonna go find out. I'll be back.
Hey, Nick, you gonna go look for that game, bro? You gonna see that I'm right, man. Hey, damn, Fred, memory as good as mine.
What's going on, Tom? Okay, you must be at work.
Hey, Tom. Them dudes up here too old for you, huh, bro?
Hold on, what's up?
These guys up here too old for you, huh, Tom?
What you mean?
With these old games they bringing up, man, and these old players, bro. You know what I mean, Tom?
Yeah.
Got football knowledge.
Yeah, but I've been paying attention just as long, though.
Cool, man. Cool.
Yeah, man. He calling you a young whippersnapper.
Hey, Talk, I got this for you, bro. You listening to me?
What?
I got this for you right here, right? You listening to me?
Yeah.
Okay, I heard Omar Kelly and Greg and Alan Poupard, how they were saying, like, Zach Wilson was struggling in training camp, throwing balls in the dirt and shit like that, right, Tom?
Mm.
Then I heard him say, like, Zach Wilson had a great game, like the next OTA day, he had a great day, man. He throwing dimes to do and shit like that. So what's that do for you, Tom, man? I mean, would you like to see Zach Wilson, man, look great, man? And
absolutely.
I
I think he's the next. I mean, he's definitely next up if Tua, either if unfortunate happens and Tua gets benched. Shake and I will see how that ends up. But if it ain't working, then yeah, Zach Wilson is definitely who we need to step up. I think he can, just from the experience that he has in reference to coaches on our staff. He might fit in well. So, like, I don't listen to the beat writers that you're talking about, but I mean, if he goes from having a bad day to a really good day, then it sounds like he's
Hey,
He's
Talk.
doing
Let me
what he
ask you
needs to
this,
do.
man. Let me ask you this, Talk, man. You think no matter what, man, we're going to be running the same offense, bro, with Tua, and even if it is Zach Wilson, bro, that may start day one, you think it's still that kind of offense we run, man, no matter what?
I think the head coach has a chance to really have a good offense. I think that if they can score, I think we need a little bit more emphasis on defense, because if we can keep the teams down to like 21,
Yeah,
then we can win a lot of games, I believe.
yeah.
I think
And that
Tua
you
can
make,
get. I think Tua can get. I think we can finesse 3 touchdowns a game
yeah,
as long as we can keep over under 21.
yeah. I think this talk that you mentioned, the defense, man, and what I'd like to see Anthony Weaver do is implement a defense, man, where it's more so attack, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Like sending blitzes, man. Maybe having to leave guys on their own quite often. But I, I think, man, if you just got these guys in the zones and having them with a whole lot to think about, man, like they'll really get shredded apart. Then, man, I think he needs to have the defense just go out and dictate the game, man. What I mean by that is more blitzes, man, coverage, man. You know what I'm saying, man? Because I think they're going to get beat in the zone, man, coverage anyway in both Tonk. But me, man, I'd rather, if they're going to get beat, man, I'd rather them get beat being real aggressive, bro. You know what I'm saying?
It's gonna be. I'm looking forward to the season.
Yeah,
It's nice to see a head coach have multiple off seasons, and I think that this will tell a lot. If things aren't working out, we got 2 backup quarterbacks, so probably won't extend to his contract if this season doesn't work out that well.
yeah.
But I
So
think we have good backups to Tua, so that's why I'm a little bit optimistic about this season. Because if Tua ain't doing it, then we got good potential. Or if he gets injured,
yeah, yeah,
I'll go as far as to say that Coach McDaniel might actually develop some plays and schemes that fit Zach Wilson and well, Ken here he's a rookie, but I think he's going to develop some schemes and play for Zach Wilson in case Tua goes down anyway.
I mean, definitely, probably.
Well,
That's what the
needs to,
coordinator's for. Probably
right.
what the coordinator does.
He needs to if he's going to how should I say, if he's going to step up as a head coach, he needs to, because you can't just, we've had Mike White, Skylar Thompson, Tyler Huntley, who I'm forgetting. I forgot the other quarterback. We've had those guys come in, and when Tua went down, he didn't make the. I know it's hard to make the adjustment because the offensive line and some of the players are used to that quarterback, but I heard a commentator say that whatever quarterbacks you have on your roster, you develop plays for them so that if number one goes down, you can uh you can have that you can put that play into effect. Maybe not the same game, but maybe the next game or so. Like I said, to fit the quarterback you have on your roster. You just can't put a player. To me, you can't put a Tyler Huntley, uh, um, Skylar Thompson into a tour type scheme because we see it really doesn't work, and it's not to put down the quarterbacks, the backup quarterback that we grab. And then also too, now we got Zach Wilson and got the rookie. No, you got. I mean, if you're a good head coach, you come up with some plays and schemes to fit each quarterback.
Well, you know what, Mr. Paul. Um, I think it could work, man, but you have to have an equal amount of reps in training camp. You know what I'm saying, Mr. Paul? I mean, you have to your quarterback has to be familiar with the same dudes that's Tua's working with. You know what I mean? I mean, you can't. I don't think you can have the number two just working with the number two dudes, the number three dudes, man. He has to have some familiarity with the number ones, man. And so when you don't have that, man, it just looks bad, man. It just looks bad.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
So speaking of camp, man, Mr. Paul, everybody, I don't know what to make of like these matchups in camp, man. Like,
Oh, I thought you were going to start a camp.
no, Shay. But how can we tell where Chop Robinson is, man? If he's going against, I'm not even going to say Austin Jackson. Austin Jackson's probably not even practicing hard like that. But if Chop Robinson's having great days in camp, like okay, like against who? Who's he going up against? You know what I'm saying? And vice versa. If Patrick Paul's looking real good at left tackle line, who's he going up against? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering if they can really like push each other like that, tackles and defensive end linebackers, man. I don't know if I don't know if it's equal, man. So regardless, man, when I hear guys are doing good, man, it's always a plus for me, man. No matter what position, no matter who the player is, man. When I hear something good about them coming out of camp, I'm like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I'm good with that. I'm good with that.
Def.
Okay, bring your own grocery bags.
You know it, Mr. Polk. You know it.
Hey man, I'm trying to keep up with you, bro. Trying to keep up with you. Like I said, I'm into green and recycling and stuff too, but like I said, I'm old school, so I'm trying to learn the new school about it.
I appreciate it. I'm Shake
Yes,
tagged
sir.
me in this. I was about to tell him that you tagged me in a post of someone making a drink, and I was like, well, what is it? I was like, what? That it's plastic free? And he goes, no, it's only got 4 ingredients.
Yeah. I mean, I know that you're big on less ingredients is better, right?
Yes. That's by default, is what I like to say.
Oh, you talking about as far as food go?
Yeah, or anything.
Yeah.
So like some of the products that I show that are solid, that don't have any liquid or water in them, they have less ingredients because there's no preservatives.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a little bit healthier.
Yeah, because the guy that I was showing you, he was making a healthy version of Sprite.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what the name of those soda.
It was literally just 4 ingredients: honey, lemon, limes, and club soda.
Trying to remember the name.
I might have to try that.
Have any of y'all tried?
Yeah, man.
I might actually have to try that.
But anyway, listen. Tomorrow, I'm gonna close this down. But in about 13 hours, we'll be back with my man Winters for some
Saturday Showdown WWE.
Yeah, WWE and all the good shit. We'll talk about the everybody letting go and shit. You know what I mean?
Letting go. Okay.
Yeah, they're WWF is gonna be like the UFC. No problem, Cosa Nostra.
What does that mean?
Thank you for sticking with us, man. But no, the WWF is becoming like UFC. UFC don't pay their fighters. You know what I mean?
So what are you doing tomorrow? You're saying goodbye?
No, WWF, they're not paying their play. WWE is not paying their players. They're wrestlers. They're getting rid of all the big contracts.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, but I'm sorry, but what does tomorrow symbolize?
No, we're doing a wrestling show. I'm just saying that we're doing tomorrow. We'll talk about how WWF is letting is going cheap.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And then Sunday, hey, by the way, this Sunday, Papa Paul starts his show at 10 o'clock a.m.
What show is that?
West Coast Dolphin fans.
Oh, so he's starting over here at 7.
10 o'clock, yeah. And Wednesdays at 8.
Interesting.
So it's gonna be nice because I'm gonna start doing the smoke lounge at 6:30 on Wednesdays during the season.
You got more shows than Comedy Central, dude.
Hell yeah.
Sounds like a plan.
I mean, this is my well. I'm gonna tone it down from starting July. From July on up, I'll just produce your show and this show.
That's what I like to hear.
Yeah. Because
right.
I'm studying for my liquor certification now.
Oh yeah, that's dope. Sweet.
Yeah, man, and I'm gonna be getting my. I can't wait, man, because I can't wait to. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna start buying a bunch of Chateau Saint. You know how far Chateau Saint Michelle is from where you are?
Like 30 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
I want to go to Chateau Saint Michelle. I gotta.
Yeah, I know. Let's go. I'm down to go too.
Yeah.
I don't. I mean, with you, I'm down to go.
Yeah.
Is what I mean. But maybe I can get someone to join us too. But yeah, dude. I mean, I want to join you for a lot of stuff. So we'll figure out which one.
Before we leave, I'm about to close down. But stick backstage. I want to show you something backstage. All right.
Okay.
So all right, guys. We'll see y'all next time.
Thank you, everyone.
All right, y'all.
Be safe and don't let the bed bugs bite.
Joe Rich jumping in at the end like a trampoline.
Oh, I didn't even look. Are you guys shutting it down?
Jumping in at the end.
I'm gonna show you something real quick, Joe Rich. Y'all stick around backstage. All right.
Cannonball at the end.